Hello, everybody, and welcome to the JoBros podcast, Season 2. I am your host, Killer Queen Memes the Dust. With us, other two co-hosts, new for Season 2. Well, at least one of them is. Returning once more is Grim the Fang King.
Replacing the person none of you ever liked to begin with.
Well, I believe the one replacing them is Flyest.
Yo, what's up? Not sure, just Flyest Nihilist, Discord, hit me up. I don't give a fuck. Anyway.
Flyest is black, so we're allowed to say the N-word now.
Yes, and we're passive for everyone listening.
Yep. So, I guess we should cover at first the elephant in the room.
You mean why isn't Mexican JonTron here anymore?
Yes. Yes, we should probably cover why Mexican JonTron is no longer a part of the podcast. So I'll let Grim go first because the story really starts on his side.
Yeah, basically it goes back to the reason I was no longer part of the podcast and everything. Kind of goes back to the Clothespin server, the new version when it was sort of in its infancy. A certain friend of ours, who doesn't like to be mentioned, so we won't really say his name, Deadbolt had a problem with him, and decided to make that problem public by constantly going at him in chat, constantly, just attacking him. Killer and some other people ended up getting in on it, because they were misled and misinformed by Deadbolt. I had told Deadbolt if they had beef, they needed to call a meeting after he had asked for our friend to be kicked out of the server and banned. And he said, "There is no beef, Graham. It's always beef with you. I was simply joking." Now, the thing of that is he made it seem like I was finding drama where there was none. However, a few weeks later, he decided to grenade himself in public chats. That friend of ours had made a snide comment towards a new member of the server. The reason he did it was because this member of the server was somebody who was coming in to cause drama. We knew who they were. We knew they were there to cause drama. So he went to troll him. Now, Killer was not aware of the situation because he was not in VC with us. So Killer made a smart remark to our friend. They started going back and forth, insulting each other. And Deadbolt decided to hop in and tell our friend that you're the fucking reason nobody wants to be in the server. The server is dying because of you. Everybody hates you. I'm tired of sweeping this under the rug. Grim won't let anybody kick you, but you're an asshole, blah, 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 blah. I come in and I'm like, everybody
Hold on, I want to say one thing, though. I had the best fucking line the whole time. I don't care what anyone says. I said that, our friend, he is just asserting his non-dominance, and I'm proud of that. I didn't even think I said that, but apparently I did, and goddamn, is that a good line.
You did say that. The screenshots are there. It still exists in the server if you look hard enough.
Oof, I want to, because that's a great line.
Yeah, you could scroll up in general forever, and it's there. But essentially, I came in, I was completely neutral. Now, I get accused of white knighting for our friend, which is funny because when 3 people jump on one person or 4 people, it's kind of, my job as an admin to come in and say, whoa, hold on, this isn't cool. Now, Deadbolt had changed his name to a certain girl's name and then White Knight after it. So it's kind of ironic that I got called the White Knight when he was literally white knighting for her. But regardless, he decided to grenade himself. I came in and said, hey guys, calm down. This is stupid. We can resolve this like adults. We can have a meeting about this. And Deadbolt was like, no, fuck you too, Grim. I'm the only reason you're an admin. I built this server. Nobody likes you either. This server's dying because of you too, blah, blah, blah. Well, random members of the chat started getting in on it and going, okay, well, who are these people you're talking about? He name dropped 6 people. Interestingly enough, a guy named The Wall, who had a problem with me a while back, came in and he even was thought it was bullshit and said, okay, you named 6 people. There are 20-something people online, and there are 100 something offline. So, yeah. And it was funny, and Deadbolt got triggered and started telling everybody fuck off and shut the fuck up. Basically, it turned into a massive chaotic thing. I told him he was being super unprofessional, and he said, I know, I don't want to be an admin anymore. He started guilt tripping, like, oh, good luck with this server, I built Clothespins, and then he left, right? So, I also want to point out, since the new server had been started, he built most of the channels in there. Now, so he likes to say he's the one who built it, he's the reason I'm an admin. These are not factual things. So he had told myself, Killer, and the other previous mod and admin that Clothespins did not want us to return to our positions as mods and admin, and he did not want us helping in the construction of the server. This was not a fact. Clothespins wanted me to have my admin back anyway. He didn't have a problem with people getting their old positions back, and he definitely didn't mind us building the server. Deadbolt made up these lies. We actually ended up confronting Deadbolt about it, and we talked to Clothespins after more shit. I'll get to that in a second. And Clothespins even confirmed that, yeah, I never said those things. So after he had left the server, Killer, Vegeta, he left the server as well.
With a name drop who?
Sorry. Well,
I'll ask if she wants out of this. I'll be sensing if she does.
Yeah, so these people left the server, and I was removed and pushed out from the Killer server. That's why I was no longer on the podcast. Now, this isn't because Killer had beef with me. In fact, him and I had never argued or spoken about everything. But it was Deadbolt who had manipulated and told them all that I was making a video on Killer, and that he had a confirmed source, and that I was making an exposed video on Killer, and I was going to bring in his girlfriend and all this other kinds of drama, and that I was trying to manipulate them and manipulate people against them. All of these false allegations and accusations that he had no proof or evidence to back up, but he managed to convince a bunch of people that it was true. Fast forward to Clothespins doing a Smash Ultimate stream one night. Deadbolt was participating. He kept losing and making excuses because that's what he does. He can never accept defeat gracefully. He's one of those people who always has to blame it on something. Oh, this input lag, or oh, I'm not familiar with this character. Basically, just trying to find ways to cheapen his opponent's victory. And so, Prius, who is a mod in the Clothespin server, had went into chat and said, oh, there's Deadbolt always making excuses. Why don't you get good? And Clothespins even said in the admin chat, like, thanks for saying what I wanted to say. I was just too polite to say it. Everybody kind of laughed about it. Him and Deadbolt went at it for a little bit. Our certain friend came in and was like, whoa, what's going on? And I was like, all right, guys, chill. There's no need to escalate this far over a video game, because it was escalating quite far. And I was like, everybody calm down. So Deadbolt, because we had a link to the server in the stream, and we had never banned Deadbolt or anybody, he comes into the server, he comes into the stream VC, acts friendly, acts like everything's fine. Then, after that happens, he asked me to come in VC with him in general, which I do. And there are plenty of witnesses who could confirm what happened. He started immediately screaming and going off on me, saying, I am a manipulator, and I sent Prius to attack him, and I sent our friend to attack him, which our friend never even attacked him or said anything to him. And I pointed that out, so did our friend, and he was like, well, you sent Prius to attack me. That never happened. I never sent anybody to attack him. Showed him screenshots of my DMs to prove it. He demanded mod status so he could look around the admin room and everything else to check for evidence of us talking shit on him. And guess what? None existed. And so he said, oh, I half believe you. And then he said, well, I would stay in the server, but nobody likes me, nobody wants me to be here, so I'll just leave. Clothespin said, I don't care what you do. I said, I don't care what the fuck you do. I don't give a shit about you. So did our friend. Second status, Kai, was like, please stay. So he stayed. Well, later that night, our friend, Prius, and myself were just dropping random memes in general. Just random memes that had nothing to do with him. He flipped out and said, see, This is the bullshit I'm talking about. This is the example of nepotism at its finest. This server is Seth's 2.0, blah, 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 just going off and downing the server, saying, you can post memes in general and I can't buy faggots. Nobody said he couldn't post memes in general. He never came to us and asked to post memes in general. He never told us that he couldn't. Nobody ever told him he couldn't. He literally just flipped out and called a random bystander a faggot and everything else and then left. So after this happened, he said he wanted to come back and clear the air. Now we have audio recordings of him coming back to clear the air because before he left, he threatened to take screenshots and audio recordings of all of us and send it over to NBA so he could make a video about us. None of us have beef with NBA. He doesn't have beef with us. It's whatever. But he had threatened that. So I recorded our conversation when he came back. He was aware of it. He consented to the recording. In it, he blamed all of his actions on Killer. Says it was all Killer's fault. Killer was the one escalating everything. He got fed up of hearing Killer bitch and exploded. He said it was his bipolar. He said he's in a bad place because his dad lives in a shithole and his sister's missing for 2 months and is probably kidnapped. And we're like, whoa, well, if that's true, you should take a break from Discord. You know, you should help find her. You should get your head straight. You should deal with your family business. He said, yeah, you're right. 2 minutes later, the guy has the balls to sit there and say, oh, when all that drama went down, Grim, your YouTube channel and Killer's YouTube channel sure took a subscriber hit. By the way, it didn't. We have more subscribers then than we do now than we did back then. So, I mean, that's kind of a stupid claim. But then he's like, I blew up. I have 900 subscribers. I was going to wait to start a Discord channel, a server, but they want me to. So I'm starting a Discord server. You guys should come and all this stuff. Basically clout chasing and bragging about his shit. When 2 minutes ago, he was talking about how upset he was because his sister's been missing. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if my sister was missing, I wouldn't be sitting on Discord or doing YouTube. I would be trying to find my sister. So, I mean, clearly he's fucking lying and making excuses and trying to get sympathy. So, we're just like, wow. And by the way, I'd like to point out the only reason he has 900 subscribers is because he got over 100,000 views on that JoJo normies try to guess JoJo guessing game thing, which was mine and Clothespin's idea for him to do. And I was in it, and Clothespin's was in it, and Clothespin's name is in the title. If that's not clout chasing, I don't know what is. And yet it's funny because each of his videos still average less views than mine. So, I mean, I guess 900 subscribers and only a fraction of them watch his videos. Good for him. But anyway, so this happens. Killer was obviously he was going to Killer and shit talking me and all this stuff. He told Killer that I was trying to manipulate him and that I was going to make a video on him and not to talk to me. Killer initially wasn't, but Killer's girlfriend came back to the server. I was like, wow, I didn't know you left. She said, oh, well, I don't want to talk about it in general, Chad. It's personal. So I DM her. She starts telling me that they were all worried and been stressing that I was going to make a video on them and that they're worried and she just wishes we would stop having beef and drama. I told her I never had a problem with Killer. We never had any bad negative discourse. We should talk. I finally get to talk to Killer, explain the whole situation, and nothing ever happened. So Killer brought me back here to his server and gave me my old admin position back because nothing ever happened between us. So why should I be punished and treated like an outsider when we never had drama or beef? So I was reinstated. And Deadbolt had a problem with this. Now, during all of this, mind you, Killer's girlfriend created a kick-ass Pokemon server for Pokemon Showdown, which we will plug and talk about here shortly, that you guys should get involved in. Now, Deadbolt had told her that she had come to him with the idea before. He told her it was gay and stupid and that he didn't want to be a part of it. So they offered for me to be a part of it. I went in, started doing what I do, making suggestions and bringing in new members as quickly as I can. And I got mod status for it. I'm one of the Elite Four. The Elite Four are basically mods who have helped build the server and make it what it is. Deadbolt finally decides to join because he sees that I'm there. Comes in there, starts immediately taking shots at me, starts talking about how he should be able to defeat me and take my spot and how everybody there is trash, etc., etc. I didn't say 2 words to him. I was nice to him and welcomed him to the server. I was giving him a clean slate, a fresh start, even after all the bullshit. Other members saw him being an asshole and called him out on it. He was given multiple chances by Killer's girlfriend, and he was a total douchebag to her, just being an asshole. So she finally got sick of it and told him to leave. Killer saw that his girlfriend was basically being insulted and he was being rude to her, so he bans Deadbolt from his server, which is reasonable. Now, he was going to... I'm sure he'll tell you this. He was originally going to unban Deadbolt after some time and let him explain himself, but he needed to cool down. If your girl's being insulted and trashed, you're gonna be mad for a little bit. But Deadbolt doesn't want to wait. He doesn't want to have patience. He wants everything his way, just like he did in the Pokemon server, which is why he was banned. Just like he did in the Clothespin server, and he didn't get his way. He threw a fit. So he decided to send Killer a big, long DM dragging mine and our friend's name through the mud. And we hadn't done anything to him. He talked trash about us, said we were manipulating, said that Killer's a masochist because we treat him like shit, saying that Killer's channel is only where it is today because he gave it a chance and he gave it a platform. Okay? Basically saying that, like, oh, I treated you like a brother and I'm tired of kissing your ass and sucking your dick. That's all you want is people around you who suck your dick, which I'm sorry, I've never seen anybody suck Killer's dick. But regardless, he threw this big fit, drug our names into it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm tired of being shit talked. Even though he agreed to move on, drop it, stop bringing our names up, he's still shit talking us. So I released the trailer for the Deadbolt video, which causes him and his little friends to flip out. Vegeta leaves Killer's server, which is funny because Vegeta was shit talking the whole time and being an asshole too, even though we were previously friends and I had never done anything to him, but whatever. So he leaves the server, and then, you know, he basically, you know, everybody sees that I'm going to make a video. 2 of our friends were like, yo, this is a lot of drama. Why don't you just talk to Deadbolt? I was like, we already tried that, but sure, you know what? Get him in here and I'll tell him exactly what I think of him. Got him in there. He started again making excuses and, you know, beating around the bush. And I said, you know what? I'm tired of your excuses. Nobody believes what you say. You're the same guy who claims his sister's missing, and then 2 seconds later, you're clout chasing and bragging about your subscribers. And he's like, oh, well, that's just how I cope. And I was like, bullshit. Nobody believes any of your lies. You've been proven to be a liar. You told people I was manipulating everybody. You told people I was going to make a video on them without proof, knowing it was false. And he started trying to throw Killer under the bus and say, no, Killer said it. I just said maybe he would make a video. And I was like, nope. I have multiple confirmed accounts. I have DMs from multiple people giving me evidence and showing me and telling me exactly what you said. And it's because you didn't get your way. Everything has to be about you. You were jealous because in the Clothespin server, originally, you and Second Status Kai fought me tooth and nail on how we should run things, and Clothespins gave in and ran it your way. The server was full of drama, got ran into the ground, so when we built the new server, he wanted to do it the way I wanted to do it from the beginning, and it's been successful, and it has thrived since you have left, and you cannot stand that fact. And finally, he was like, you know what? You're 10 times worse than me with cloud chasing. You're the one who wants to be center of attention. And I said, why? Because I like to help people, because I'm good with business management, so I have a lot of good ideas. And if I throw my ideas out to people, I'm not afraid to speak up with my ideas to be heard. If they like my ideas, they listen and they implement them and they work, good. If they don't like my ideas and they tell me to shove it, I don't get butthurt and throw a fit about it. But Deadbolt does. He always has. It's his way or no way, like the podcast. The reason I wasn't on the JoBros podcast for long, he didn't want me there. He wanted the podcast done his way, where they script everything that's going to be talked about. They make a little itinerary of what content is going to be put on there and the subject matter. This is why the Clothespins podcast failed, because he wanted to do it that way. When I have done podcasts, it's always been a very relaxed atmosphere. People tell stories. We talk about random shit that comes up, and we all get in on the conversation. We have fun. That's what a podcast should be. He wanted some scripted fake bullshit, and nobody enjoyed it. And he wanted me pushed out. It's ironic because he didn't want Vegeta on the podcast either. Threw him under the bus, but Vegeta is his biggest stan, his white knight. So all this happens, and finally Deadbolt admits, yeah, you know what? I am salty. I am jealous. It's because I've never fucking liked you. And me and our friend are just like, oh, nah, shit. And he's like, yeah, I've never fucking liked you. And I was like, so you made excuses. You lied. You drug my name through the mud. You manipulated people against me, which is what you said I was doing. All because you're jealous and salty. You lie about your sister being missing. You go through all this to garner sympathy. You clout chase the whole time and always try to be the center of attention because you're jealous of me, because you're salty, because you never liked me. And he's just like, yeah, I never fucking liked you. And so I was like, all right, well, you know what? Fuck you. I don't like you either. I never have. Keep my name out of your fucking mouth and leave us the fuck alone. He got banned from the server after agreeing that he would leave us alone, not drag our name through the mud. Well, the next day, Vegeta's friends start raiding Killer's server. So we all DM Vegeta, and we're like, yo, fuck off. And he's like, oh, it's not my fault. So I kept pressuring him and talking to him about the whole thing. He finally admits that he went and told his friends some one-sided bullshit story manipulated by Deadbolt, the exact same stuff Deadbolt was saying he was saying to me and saying to his friends. And that caused them to come raid the server because we look like these manipulative villains. And I told him, well, that is your fault. Take responsibility. He's like, no, that's like me telling somebody to jump off a bridge and they do it. That's not my fault. And he wouldn't see reason. I tried to reason to him, say, hey, we used to be friends. I showed him all the DMs from Deadbolt. Showed him proof of Deadbolt's actions, showed him everything, and he just kept beating around it, making excuses for Deadbolt, dodging around everything I would say and say, well, I'm not Deadbolt. But yeah, he took Deadbolt's side. He said he wasn't taking his side, but he did. He left the server, he betrayed us, got his little friends to raid. So Vegeta's a piece of shit too. Now, we talked to somebody else, and I'm not going to name drop them, okay? But they confirmed to us that Deadbolt has still talked shit after all the shit. After all the drama was supposed to be over. He still talks shit. So we're addressing stuff in this podcast. We're telling this story. If we have to, we will go through with making my video, Killer and myself. But that's only if we see proof and further evidence of him continuing his bullshit. But we wanted to clear the air, clear our names, and just tell the truth here, okay? And so that's the story thus far. There's plenty of fucked up other shit Deadbolt's done. I don't really feel like spending a whole lot of time talking about it. I mean, and yeah, obviously, Killer, can you confirm everything?
Yeah, so...
Killer?
You're deafened. So hold on.
Oh shit, I was deafened.
Yeah, that's why none of us interjected the whole time. We were like, well, we can't say anything because you're
sorry. Yeah, do you want to just go and talk?
Yeah, so first of all, I want to say, a couple of things that I was going to interject, but you were deafened, so you wouldn't have heard me and you would have kept going. But, as of right now, I have no problems with, second status Kai. He's still in my server because he hasn't done anything to cross me or my girlfriend. He's been perfectly fine. I didn't want to say that, first of all. Second of all...
Well, before you continue, I do want to point out that, so Kai left the Clothespin server, bringing up a bunch of old drama that happened prior. The day after, actually, the same night that Deadbolt got banned for the last time. So everybody in the Clothespin server... And he also said he took a bunch of screenshots, which kind of correlates with what Deadbolt was doing. So we just assume he leaves because he's taking Deadbolt's side. And, you know, I have my own set of issues with Kai, obviously. We had issues in the past. I don't really feel a certain type of way towards them or anything. It's just the fact that, you know, he obviously made a big deal just so he could leave and go join Deadbolt, because that's the side he picks.
Saying he was taking screenshots also didn't do him any favors.
Yeah, absolutely. The Spy Games Discord shit is a bunch of like childish stuff.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I have no problems with him. He's still in my server. I just want to make that clear because, you know, just in case he doesn't see it, Kai, I have no problems with you right now.
Yeah, and just to make it clear, like, I mean, and you can attest to this too, myself and our friend, none of us have gone after Kai in the server. None of us have said anything rude to him. None of us have said 2 words to him.
Yeah. Nobody. You haven't talked to Kai in my server. And that's. I also want to say, because you reminded me when you said that. One of the things when I've got Glim and the friend that we mentioned before back to my server, I gave Glim his position back, and I didn't give that friend his position back because he was the one I had a problem with before. So, and I didn't have a problem with Glim. I told Glim privately, yeah, I did have some problems, but I didn't bring it up to him privately yet. So I'm not going to cause some big stink publicly when I don't talk to him privately. I told Deadbolt when I brought them back that he did not need to. He didn't need to be friendly to them. He didn't have to, act all buddy with them. Just don't go at them. Just ignore them if you need to. Just don't go after them. I said the same thing to Glim, and I said the same thing to our friend. And both Glim and my friend said, well, the friend, he said he doesn't give a shit and he doesn't care about any of this stuff. And Glim said, of course, I'll just, I'll respect the fact that you want to be friends with both of us. And Deadbolt said too that he was going to try to respect that. And he didn't do it very well, clearly. He's had some hatred towards that, and I think that's really why he went after my girlfriend.
That was one of his power trips thing too. He in that DM he was basically telling Killer, "Oh, you didn't talk to me about giving our friend and Grim back their positions, even though he didn't give it back to our friend, just me." He's basically saying, "You didn't ask my permission to bring him back in and give him all this stuff. You didn't run it by me. You guys didn't get my permission. You didn't tell me you were making a Pokemon server. Blah 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 blah." Even though he was notified of that.
And it wasn't my server either, it was my girlfriend's, but, why would she have to tell you anything?
I got notified of that. And I don't believe that Deadbolt didn't hear about this at some point.
Well, he did, but he didn't hear about it until after we already found the Elite Four. And I think that's why he was mad. He wanted to be in a position of power.
Oh, of course.
Alright, so... I have his giant message that he sent me. I also want to address something because I already know if he does watch this, he's going to try to say, well, I tried to message you before. Yeah, he tried to message me before the big message, but like Grim said, I was pissed off. I did not want to, I wanted some time to cool off. I did not want to fucking talk to him, or else I would have said some shit that I would have regretted. Because, you don't go after somebody's girlfriend and then you expect to just have a civil talk, like, just a little bit later. You gotta let me cool down. So I did ignore him, but that was because I was purposely doing that because I was trying to cool down. And I shouldn't have to fucking tell somebody that.
Yeah, you usually don't go after someone's girl unless you're trying to start a fight.
Yeah. And, I mean, even if, like, for an example, Glim, if I don't know, banned you because you were making me a bit mad and I needed some distance, right? You wouldn't send me some long-ass paragraph, like, not even 24 hours after I banned you.
No,
you'd wait a bit.
I would just
wait a bit.
I would probably message you pretty quickly, but I would just say, like, hey, man, when you see this, we need to talk about what happened.
Yeah. He messaged me...
I definitely wouldn't send you a message insulting you and fucking going off on you.
So what he said was, he sent a couple of messages. He sent, what happened to your server? Did I get kicked? You there? and I didn't answer him, so he ended up sending that long. I'm not gonna say everything that's in this long paragraph.
You can put it on the screen for people.
I think I'm gonna be saving this for if we have to make the video.
Well, I think you should put it up there anyway. We can
I'll
include it in the
put
video, but I want like people to see that we're telling the truth.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Some of the evidence. I want them to see.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that works.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's fine. You know, I'm not gonna go over everything with it. I'm just gonna glance through and try to find some points that I really want to talk about here. So first of all, he's trying to say that I was antagonizing him, which no, I didn't antagonize him. He antagonized my girlfriend, and so I didn't want to deal with him. There's a difference. And then he says that we got pissy because he was giving constructive criticism. There's a difference between constructive criticism and being a passive-aggressive asshole.
Exactly.
Because the minute...
Sorry.
No, I mean...
that is the asshole's first fucking weapon. Oh, you guys just can't take criticism. I'm just trying to help you. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're trying to make you seem like you're way more sensitive than they are.
Exactly. They manipulate. Say it with me, audience. Manipulate. Now, I do want to encourage all the viewers and listeners out there. Feel free to DM us. Feel free to come talk to us. See the evidence firsthand for yourselves. Like, we're not shy about it. But like I said, some evidence we'll post here to, you know, like let you know, hey, there is credence to what we're talking about. And if you want to confront us personally about it, or you have any doubts, feel free to talk to us. You're not going to get shouted down. You're not going to be manipulated. We'll just show you everything and let you think for yourselves. You should think for yourselves. Everybody has a mind. They should use it.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. Some people make me question that.
But I think, I mean, before I move into this again, the main reason why we even did this was because there's a lot of people who only have one side of the story, who have the story that Deadbolt's been telling, and they are refusing to listen to the other side, or they just can't get to the other side. And so we're trying to provide that other side of the story. Because I'm sure he's already been spreading shit about me, too. So let me move back into this here. So the constructive.
Well, it's funny because he told one of our sources that he doesn't have a problem with me. It's just you, killer, which is hilarious because of all the shade he threw at me and all the things he said, and he literally admitted to everything to our faces. And then he's saying, "Oh, I don't have a problem with Grim," probably because he doesn't want that video.
He doesn't want that video, but he has a problem with you, clearly. But he also now has a problem with me because I didn't take his shit.
Or his side.
The problem is, this is season 2 killer. This is season 2 killer. Season 1 killer, total pussy. Season 2, I ain't taking that shit.
Oh yeah, we're going to that savage shit right now.
I will get back to the Grim that just brutally...
You're a little muffled, dude. You might want to fix your shit.
I will go back. We're straight savage shit now. I will go back to the Grim that destroys people brutally with no mercy. I don't care.
Ooh, boy.
Oof.
That sounds entertaining as fuck.
I mean, you've seen my past videos. You know it's entertaining as fuck.
Yeah. The Plug Master one, I won't say his name.
And that shit's always been funny.
Oh yeah, I mean, you've heard me go savage mode, so I mean, if I have to do that on a regular basis, I have no issue with it. I'm pretty good at being an asshole if I want to be. Now that being said, I'm not generally an asshole to people unless they cross me, okay? That being said, I mean, these guys can attest to how chill and cool of a person I can be, and how I usually am, unless somebody just starts shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not. See, I usually am an asshole normally, but that's just, for shits and giggles. I like bullying, basically. The thing is, being a savage like Grim is something I can only do for a short period of time. You remember that 3-day weekend, Grim, where I was just bullying nonstop?
Oh god, yeah. When Clyde made his server public and we had to deal with the fresh meat, it was...
No, fucking stop. I went to sleep dealing with retards. I woke up dealing with retards 3 days straight, and I was done.
It was kind of heaven for me. It got to the point where I was being so much of an asshole and I was being so savage that I literally said, whoa, maybe I should calm down a little bit.
See, it wasn't that I was tired of it. The spirit is willing, but the body is weak. I was just tired. It was like Ultra Instinct. I was clapping cheeks, but I was doing.
I wasn't even tired of it. I just realized that if I kept going with it, I was going to take myself to a place where I couldn't be redeemed from. I was going to be known as the guy who mercilessly bullied people all the time. Now, again, like we said before, it's to people who are deserving of it, and there was a flood of people where a few of them were deserving of it. It's not like it was like 200 people that we were bullying, okay? It was certain people in these groups of 200 or more people or whatever.
I think that makes that work.
They were coming at people sideways.
Yeah, they had to learn the pecking order. They came in either continuing some old bullshit or starting some new shit. And we're like, nah, we're not playing that.
Exactly. And also you should know bullying is basically just like joshing around, just kind of like if you ever hung out with the boys, or even girls do that too, where you're like, fuck you, bitch, I love you, and all that stuff, or like, the guys are just like, shut up, faggot, I fucking hate you. And then as soon as like you leave, everybody's like, yeah, I love him, he's such a cool guy. It's kind of like that, except sometimes it goes to the realm where you're genuinely an asshole, so people genuinely mean the insults they're saying to you, but usually what makes it bullying is it happens in a group setting and several people are having fun roasting your ass.
It's for the entertainment.
It's more of that we're good at roasting people.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know what? I kind of feel bad for snapping at King Anime that one time.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about Kaido. That meme I made for her is fucking beautiful.
That was hilarious, but the King Anime didn't deserve that. I mean, kinda. I don't know. It was hilarious.
I know. For those who don't know the meme, I will give it to Killer and he can put it on the video. Basically, Kaido is this proclaimed woman. Proclaimed because literally she would get in VC and never talk. When she did finally talk, there was a girl there, but she was being coached on what to say by a guy who was whispering, and we all heard him. Like 6 or 7 of us all heard him and called her out, and then she started making up a bunch of excuses, and she ended up getting banned. But basically, she came in the server, started going sideways at me, saying that I wasn't talking in VC because I was on push to talk, or I was muted between talking, so there wasn't an echo and all that. She's just being a bitch to me. And so I was like, yo, what the fuck's your problem? Like, fuck off. And then she started like calling me ugly and all kinds of shit. And she was like, she kept saying she was pretty. She kept saying she was smart, and she kept trying to convince everybody that she's rich and flex by showing pictures of some house, which isn't even that impressive, by the way. But nevertheless, she was doing the whole YouTube, Discord, internet flex thing like 12-year-old boys used to do all the time. And I posted a meme that was like, if you gotta say it, you ain't got it. Basically, like, if you have to try to convince people, it's clearly not real. She didn't take kindly to that, so she went at me pretty hard, so I made a meme. If you guys have ever seen, like, the Final Fantasy Delusion memes, where, like, it's like Squall's like, I'm alone, and Cloud's like, I'm Zack, and Titus is like, I'm the main character, or whatever, and Sora's like, I'm cool too, guys, and then it's just a picture of her with the words, I'm rich, I'm pretty, I'm smart on it. So,
not to mention, we can never get a consistent selfie from her.
Yeah, her selfies kept changing, and I think one of the best insults came from somebody else who was in there who said that her jawline looks like it could rip open beer cans.
I think that was our friend. I said her jawline could fucking break diamonds.
Everybody was basically talking about what her jawline could do, and yeah, that seems petty and dumb, but like she just kept going and going and going and coming at people, and literally she ended up having like 30 different people going at her. So.
She was also the main person to start talking shit about how someone's voice was, or how they looked if they did a face reveal. That was when I hopped in, because all right, whatever, send VC muted if you want to, But you got another thing coming if you think I'm just gonna let you sit there and insult how people's voices are, their mic quality. Like, imagine being muted in a VC and then trying to talk shit about someone's mic quality.
I mean, I can't really talk about that. My girlfriend graded me a freaking 3 out of 5.
Damn. That's an oof.
Oof.
Then she was also always nut hugging the YouTuber. Not sure if you want to drop his name or not.
I think he already did.
I'm still gonna drop his name.
I'm gonna get back to this message. We got on a tangent.
It's a massive tangent.
Massive. So the
Stiff
constructive
PP gang.
All right, hold up. So speaking of fucking tangents, you ever like at the end of the day just reach into your pockets of the pants you wore or just shorts or whatever and see what make sure you empty them out? I just found a motherfucking pack of Skittles, boy. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, because you were black, did you find like some Durrells or Newports? And if so, send them to me.
Nah, man, even better. I got a pack of fucking Skittles and some Starburst.
I'm surprised it wasn't a single menthol cigarette and like some Swisher Sweets.
Well, plot twist, I don't fucking smoke anymore, so fuck you, Grim.
Alright. The constructive criticism that he said that he was giving was... Okay, at first it was maybe constructive criticism up until the point that Violet said, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying, but I'm going to do it this way. If you think the other way would be better, then make your own server, and I encourage you to do that. And then he kept going. That's, at that point, it's not constructive criticism. That's you just being an asshole. Let's see, what's the other part here? Okay, so I'm gonna skip over that part because that's a lot more. So he brought up this the first time I ever talked to Clothespins and Deadbolt and Grim was they were in a voice chat on Clothespin's old server, right? And I had just gotten broken up with and I just needed somebody to talk to. It was so late that like all my friends were asleep, and I just needed somebody to talk to. So I went into the VC and I started talking to them, and they were really chill and really nice guys. And they were there to support me and help me through that breakup. Fast forward to now, where I'm now friends with the person who I was in a relationship with. Both of us are in relationships with other people now.
And Deadbolt threw that personal information in your face.
And in his message, he brings up that I was crying over her because of that. And yeah, fucking broke my heart. But we moved on. And he's mad about the fact that I've moved on and I made her an admin in my server so that she could help run things because I know it's somebody who I can trust. And it's ridiculous that he's trying to bring that stuff up to try to make me look bad or make me feel bad or whatever the hell he was trying to bring that up for. It's a low blow. He's trying to say that that it also makes no sense that I brought Grim and the friend back into the server since they got me distressed. No, the thing that got me distressed was you constantly saying that Grim was going to make a video on me. I don't want to sound like a pussy because, if Grim would have made a video, I obviously would have made a video back. But the thing is, the thought that my friend would make a video on me, somebody who I had talked to about a lot of personal shit, like that really got to me, and it scared me. It scared me that he could reveal, because Grim knows my real name. He knows he has my address. He knows where I live. So I was afraid about that. Yeah. I knew deep down that Grim wouldn't dox me because he's not a fucking asshole, but it's still a scary thought.
Right. There's always that possibility with people online. Like, it's been done to plenty of people. So it's not like his fears are unfounded. Again, I would never do that, but Deadbolt has a way of trying to convince other people of the worst in the people he dislikes.
And another point that he tries to say was that, you know, oh, they got you distressed, and I threw myself under the bus because you were pissy about them. No, you didn't throw yourself under the bus. You threw me under the bus when you were going to talk to them. You blamed everything on me, when in all actuality, it was all because you hated Grim. It's fucking disgusting that you did that. And I lost, what, like a month or two of friendship from Grim. A good friend of mine, because you had a problem with him. I had a problem with him too, yes, but I didn't talk to him privately yet, and the problem is, whenever you have like a slight problem with somebody, and you talk to somebody who has a massive problem with somebody, they fucking amplify your problems.
And his massive problem is jealousy and just not liking me.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Napoleon complex.
I mean, it is a Napoleon complex, Flies, you're right.
He also tried to claim that my server was a echo chamber, but in all actuality, if I didn't bring Grim and that friend back, it probably would have been an echo chamber. I had a differing opinion there, and he didn't like that.
Exactly. He tried to make the closepin server an echo chamber for himself as well.
He was pushing out general members and making everybody feel uncomfortable so they wouldn't speak and be active. And now it's super active compared to what it was, and he can't stand that fact. And
it's at least super diverse. It kind of comes in spurts, but it's better than it was before, because I was in there since the new one was created, and I still didn't.
It's generally more active when we do interactive things with clothespins like streams and trivia night and stuff like that, but things have been kind of hectic lately, what with Edika's passing and all of that stuff, so it's kind of been a different situation, but I mean, you know, the party goes wherever we go, right? So people generally do tend to come and talk to us and just hang out, because we like to have fun with people. We like to interact and have fun with people online, because there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I would argue that's the main reason being on Discord. Actually,
Exactly.
shit. But after E3, I wish the server was less active. If I hear one more fucking thing about Dragon Ball Kakarot, I'm going to Kakarot myself in the knee.
Oh god, yes. Now, that's generally why Mexican Jontron is no longer with us.
I mean, I have a few more things on this message to talk about.
They could throw him back on the other side of the wall. Go ahead, Killer.
I want to use this as an exact quote of what he said. It would be a fucking shame if your fucking audience knew how much of a piece of shit pussy you are. Oh yeah, I'm a piece of shit pussy. I'm a pussy, huh? What, you saying just because I don't want to talk about somebody, I'm a pussy? I'm talking about you now. I'm not a pussy. I'm not gonna stand here and have you talk shit about me. And talk shit to my... And treat my girlfriend like shit, and treat my friends like shit. Right? And make my friends turn their back on me and stab me in the back. Just because you a fucking egotistical prick. I'm not a pussy. Alright.
Damn, that was bass in the voice. He said that from the chest.
Star?
My balls dropped from that.
World Star?
Had to be that guy.
I had to do it to him. Okay, so then immediately after that, ironically, he says he treated me like a fucking brother. Wow, you thought I was a piece of shit pussy, but you treated me like a brother.
Yeah, he also states that he was lying to Killer this whole time and about his feelings.
It's like, I didn't ask you to fucking lie. I don't want people fucking kissing my ass. If
So I'm confused. What is it? Did you treat us like brothers, or were you lying this whole time and hated us? I'm really confused. You walking contradiction.
Okay, so...
Oh wait, I'm surprised you can walk.
Ooh, shit, you're making a lot of assumptions there, Grim.
I mean, he takes dick up the ass so hard, I'm surprised.
So
yeah, that's me throwing shade for all the trouble I've had to go through.
So he goes on a tangent about, like, him and Kai have been in fights before, and him and another person who I don't want to bring their name into this have been in fights before, and they made up and all this stuff before. And he tries to say, oh, speaking of Kai, have you ever apologized to him? That's referring to the podcast that we did on him. And yes, I fucking have. Deadbolt, you were there when I fucking apologized to him, too. You're a dumbass and you forgot.
Man, he sure likes bringing up past history, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he can't ever come up with anything that's currently happening with the situation, so he has to bring up past shit. He couldn't try to defend himself on, him treating my girlfriend like shit, so he has to bring up past shit.
Also, while we're on this subject, I want to point out that I am working slowly on a new track that I will be dropping on YouTube called "To Whom It May Concern." So, to whom it may concern, you may watch and listen.
Oh shit, we're fucking plugging our shit on here now?
And Flyest is going to be starting to drop some fly-ass tracks when he gets his setup too, and him and I will collaborate on some shit.
Yeah, eventually. I'm working on that.
Yeah,
Life shit's kind of getting in my way.
I need to learn how to get good at rapping so I can fucking we have you two fucking making tracks and then me over here musical talent.
You might think that, but let's look at Quadeca, for example, right? Like Quadeca, do you guys know who that guy is? He's the one who did the KSI diss track thing. I mean, he's some super nerdy, geeky white guy with a lisp and everything else, like a speech impediment, and literally he just wanted to rap, so he worked on it, and he is arguably one of the better YouTube rappers to ever come out of YouTube. Dude is fire.
I'm just trying to take back my YouTube username. I've had it since at least 5 years. I was the first to pop up when you Googled it, and then someone made a YouTube channel. They have one video and 1 subscriber. I have 2 subscribers but no videos. So I'm gonna start dropping tracks.
I'm pretty proud of the fact that if you search Grim the Fang King on YouTube, it's relevant and videos actually come up. And if you search Grim the Fang King on Google, shit actually comes up. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Nah, see, I'm pissed my thing has been eclipsed. I am the one Flyest Nihilist, and I will fight for that goddamn username.
Yeah, see, I can't be eclipsed because it's super unique, and I don't think anybody's ever gonna take it.
You see, I thought it was unique, but the one guy, the thing is, he doesn't even make YouTube videos anymore. So literally 1 video and getting 10 views will be enough. So
oh no, I hear that.
Yeah, dropping 1 song would be plenty.
You know what? You get to that point, and I will plug your shit, and we will collab, and the world of YouTube will bust wide open, and we will have killer collab too.
My goal with dropping tracks is to get my channel back, but also to be on one motherfucker's Spotify playlist. Just one guy.
Do you mix and stuff? Do you know how to do all that stuff?
Would you believe me if I told you I'm just winging it as I go?
I believe it. Would you believe me if I told you I have been doing the same thing? You heard my first track, and I literally just did that in one night. Using Audacity, which I had never touched in my life.
Yeah, no, I have software. I'm vaguely aware what it does. I just need to get my, a launch pad so I can start making the beats and mixing and all that.
Now, being back in Missouri, I may be able to hit up a guy I know who had offered in the past. He's a guy who has 23 guitars that are all over $1,000 a piece, has autographed merch from all kinds of people. He used to be a heavy metal guy. He is in the EDM genre now. He is signed. His name is Abracalabra. Abracalabra. And he does his own EDM stuff, and he has his own studio, and he's offered to let me use it. So in the past, so I might hit him up and see if that offer still stands.
All right, yeah, I think you showed me some of his songs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I have. And so and so he mixes and does all that stuff. So if I can get in contact with him, even if he wants a little bit of money or something, once I'm steady stacking that cash, maybe I can get something together. And when we have enough content and enough written songs, I can probably get him to help us out.
All right. Definitely something to think. Definitely something to hold on.
So the next part onto his message. He asks, so what does it come down to? We aren't blood brothers? Which, no, I mean, that's a bit of an odd thing. Is it because he said he treated me like a brother, right, or whatever, and he's trying to say that I didn't treat him with the same way because we aren't blood brothers. One, I treat Grim better than my actual brother. So no, it's not because of blood brothers. It's because I treated you with respect. But the minute you start acting like an asshole to my girlfriend, no, that's that's different.
I was gonna say, last I checked, none of us are brothers.
Yeah.
Right.
Like blood.
Also, I don't know what the hell he was going on about this, because he says when we aren't blood brothers because I haven't murdered your parents. The fuck? You saying you're gonna murder my parents? Should I send that into the police? Like, the fuck?
I think we should give that to INS. Like, let ICE take care of his ass.
Yeah.
We're really taking Discord too seriously.
Yeah. And he says that he has supported my career for the longest time. Him and Grim have supported my career both for about the same amount of time. Both of them I approached when I did my first real video. Because I did my first video, which was the DLC and microtransaction commentary video. That one was supported both by you and Grim. I mean, you and Deadbolt, sorry. And then the first time I reached out to both of you for like help on a video was when I did my video on Greater Feats. I sent it into Deadbolt, and he said, he gave me some ideas and stuff. I sent it into you, and then you were like, well, I'd say you call him retarded more, and you do this and that. Like, you basically told me to go in a little bit harder on him, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll do that, and it's really set my fucking style.
Yeah, I told you from the beginning that you have a unique voice, you have a unique way of speaking. You're somebody that people will listen to and be entertained by if you come at it from a different perspective. Like, people hear you and they're expecting like this, like, soft, nerdy soy boy, the way that our friend would put it. But when you like come at things aggressively and with a flair and with a style, people are like, they look twice at you, like, whoa. Like, look at this big dick energy, you know what I mean? So, like, that was something I was talking to you about from the beginning. And I mean, even with the Sun's Icon stuff, and even with like, it's not just drama stuff either. You and I have talked extensively about other video stuff we could do, which got obviously set back because of all this drama that happened, but making like informative videos, like where we like go and we dig and we, dive into things, like we deep dive into things, and we give people, like, we're informative about topics that people are like, oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yep. After that, he says that I have helped out your channel when you needed it the most. When I needed it the most, when was the point that I needed it the most? The very beginning, probably.
Really starting to sound like a fake friend because he keeps acting like you owe him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how he is.
Fuck.
Yeah,
that.
he thinks everybody owes him something. He thinks he's the greatest thing to come out since sliced bread.
I'm glad you said that, because if you didn't, I was going to.
I also like how he says, but one little petty argument gets heated, and that's the reason why you're ignoring me. Is that why I got kicked? One, it's not a petty argument. Nobody was arguing necessarily. You were just making a point and saying, hey, this needs to be the case. I think this should be the case. And Violet was like, no, I don't think so.
It has to be my way or no way. Also, let me tell you something. He makes this excuse that, if we had just VC'd with him afterwards, everything would have been fine. He could have explained himself. What is there to explain? You could have asked for a VC. You were told to stop, that things weren't going to be done your way. And if you were welcome to disagree with the way things were being done, but ultimately it wasn't your decision. And you couldn't accept that. You had to keep pushing the issue and being a douchebag. So what excuse could you have given to make that look any better? There's no making that look good. You are a douchebag.
Okay, so where was I at here? Okay, so he says that he's helped my career for the longest time, while Grim has done nothing to help you. Which, that is complete and utter bullshit. I know you're gonna want to jump in here, Grim, but let me say this point first. Grim was really the inspiration and the reasoning why I made my video on Sun's Icon, because of his video, and I was like, this is this kid is so fucking retarded. I could roast this kid hard. And Grim was like, if you want to do it, fine. I was gonna respond, but I mean, you can do it. I respond back, and Grim is like, I don't have a reason to respond now because you took the words out of my mouth. And Grim has been supporting me since then. He's been pushing my content since then. He's been really helping me every step of the way. The reason why my son's Icon video has the amount of views that it does, which it's my most viewed video, is because Grim was really pushing that. So, yeah, no, Grim has fucking helped me.
Also, if you want to talk about people never helping anybody, Deadbolt, if you remember correctly, I started a little show on YouTube that has never aired called We Are Terrible People. And it was where people tell stories of like in a hilarious fashion of like the shittiest things they've done. Now this isn't like I murdered a guy or whatever, but it's like, yo, I like slept with my best friend's girlfriend or something, like shitty stuff. But it's kind of spun in a humorous style. There's really nothing like that on YouTube to my knowledge. I think it's a good idea. We recorded several episodes. Deadbolt recorded them. We had several people on these episodes. He was the one who volunteered and said, hey, I'll, record, I'll edit it, even though I had the ability to edit at that time. He offered to do it because he wanted to be a part of it. He said he wanted to be helpful. Would you like to guess why that show never aired? It's because he never did anything with it. He promised to do it, agreed that he was going to do it, never went through with it. So if he wants to talk, and let's see, I have been on multiple things with him. I was the one, along with Clothespins, who suggested that he turn his original JoJo video idea into a guessing game where we normies guessed JoJo because we hadn't watched it. Clothespins and I came up with that idea. He featured us in the video. He put Clothespin's name in the title. So it seems a lot like people have helped him, and he hasn't really been helpful to other people. So, pot calling the kettle metal?
I'm sorry, what?
I thought it was pot calling the kettle black.
It is, but you could also say pot calling the kettle metal. I mean, you could say either one.
What was I gonna say? What was the next part here? Okay, so he's trying to bring up that, I asked you to record a single line for a video and that, like, you were busy and you couldn't do that. I understand you were busy, you couldn't get to record the line. It was a lot harder for you to record that line since you'd have to go into, like, a VC and you would have to Craigbot.
And my mic quality isn't really great because I don't have a mic for my phone right now. The laptop shit out. I don't have a mic that plugs into the phone. I'm working on that right now. But I didn't want the quality to be low. And also, I've had a lot of real life shit going on. I moved. I have a lot of crazy things going on. And, I apologized for that and apologized for not always being available when, you needed me to be available. And I didn't hold up my end of the bargain. But, on the same end, like, I didn't make excuses for that. I just said, hey, this is what's going on. I apologize. You can do it without me if you want. Because really, when we were going to do it, I was the one who asked to be included, I was the one who came to you and said, yo, Killer, like, I would like to be a part of this. You do it without me because I couldn't be a part of it. And the other thing I would like to put towards that is that wasn't the case with the JoBros podcast because I was available. He rushed to do it.
Oh, yeah, that's the next part on this message.
Yeah.
I can read that if you would like.
Go ahead.
He says, okay, so I'm going to read the previous line so that it goes in perfectly here. So previously he had said, when you asked for him to say one single line, he hasn't done it. The reason why we weren't going anywhere with the podcast was because of him. I was originally gonna quit until we decided that we were gonna do an episode without him due to him being a no-show. A couple of things I need to point out here. One, The podcast actually did a lot better when Glim was here. Those 2 podcast episodes I recorded with just me and Deadbolt were complete ass. And 2, the reason why we decided to record it without him was because you didn't want to do the podcast with him. I knew that realistically it would be a lot easier to just talk to Glim and say, look, Deadbolt didn't want you on the podcast. You have a good channel that, you know, realistically you could put a podcast on. We could do a podcast there.
Yeah, literally, I was available. I wasn't holding up the podcast. Nobody was catering to my schedule. Okay, it wasn't one of those cases. It was Deadbolt didn't want me there. He wanted me to push me out like he does always because he wanted it to go his way or no way. And so he conspired behind my back to say, oh, well, let's do the podcast now. Nobody notifies me, okay, that the podcast is going on. And he goes, well, I don't want Grim to be a part of it.
Yeah, the reason why he was gonna quit was because Grim was involved with it. He didn't like Grim. And he brought up the reason why he didn't like Grim was because he constantly brought up drama and this and that. What was the fucking things we talked about in the podcast with only him? Drama. Wow.
Surprise. Oh.
We try to justify it by saying, oh, it's not our drama, but it's still fucking drama. Like, no. I'd much rather talk about drama that involves me anyway because it's a lot more engaging to me than
It's
talking
relevant.
about a bunch of fucking, like, oh, wow, watch out, FaZe Clan is getting sued by some guy because they were a bunch of assholes. Who would have fucking guessed?
FaZe Clan isn't even fucking relevant. Nobody cares about those bunch of losers.
Oh, watch out, you're gonna give me another 1 dislike on my video.
They're washed up like Deadbolt is. Mr. I'm so squeaky clean. I don't want to ruin my reputation on YouTube, so I won't do drama videos myself. But hey, Killer, you should make a drama video on Grim. Mr. Oh, well, that type of content doesn't suit my channel. Mr. Okay, I rip people off and do game review skits, and I do Pokemon videos on another failing channel, and I have another channel that I don't do anything with, and then my main channel is just full of unoriginal content. So, I mean, that wasn't relevant.
I have a dead, like, gaming channel, but then again, I abandoned that, so who gives a
I mean, my old channels are still, like if I upload there, I still get views, and I usually only upload to test stuff there, and they still get views, and I'm just like, wow. Like, I don't know why you guys stay, I'm not active.
I was thinking about opening up a second channel, but then I'm like, what would I even do? Because my primary channel basically is like, I could upload anything on it.
Regardless, it's the point that, like, it's more or less that, like, he likes to critique other people. Like, I love that when he came back to the Clothespin server during all this, he also said Clothespin's content was shit and went downhill, and Clothespin's is like, yo, I'm having fun doing what I'm doing. I'm enjoying myself. I'm doing things that I want to do instead of feeling pressured by people to do what they want me to do. And it's had a positive effect. He's gaining a bigger fan base. He's getting more people in there. Also, I would like to point out...
And he certainly seems happier.
He takes all the credit for even the original Clothespin server. I was the first admin. I built that server. I got Clothespins to debate Seth the programmer. I told him that he should collaborate with Clyde, which, you know, whatever. I'm not even going to talk about that because it's not my news to talk about. But I convinced him to do a lot of things, and because I wanted to see that content, and he did it. I helped Clothespins out the best I can. He's helped me out. He's a great guy. I consider him a good friend. And what did Deadbolt do besides meme and push people away? So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's one of those situations where there's a way to be mature about things, and there's a way to act like a child, and clearly he's chosen to do the latter.
Let's see. Let's look at some more in this message because there was some other stuff that I thought was really interesting here. Okay, so he said, funny thing is, I did your first ever podcast after your real quote-unquote friends no-showed. What he's talking about is my first podcast, the Buttery podcast. I was going to have my real life friend. I'm gonna refer to him by his online name though, Butterspray. on my server. He goes by Lord Beerus. I was gonna have him do the podcast with me because we started Butter Squad Gaming together, me and him, and we've been real life friends. We're really close friends. And so I was gonna have him on there, but he was busy with like military stuff, so he couldn't. Which is understandable. The problem is Deadbolt keeps blaming other people for no showing, but I'm not blaming them because I know that they're busy. And my other co-host that was going to be on there, Highly in Descent, he wasn't on there because he had work and he works late, so we had to do it we had to start the podcast at 2 o'clock or something in the morning, where I was at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And even then, when he got home, by that point, he just came home and fell asleep, which is understandable. Working that late, I'm not going to blame him for that. I'm not going to blame people for for not showing up if it's because they're busy and it's not working with their schedule. And he said that he was nice enough to feature me in Clothespin's podcast back when I was a nobody. Oh yeah, you were the one responsible for that. Really? Yeah, I call bullshit. You were the one that said that, oh yeah, no, let's get Killer on here, and you were the one that gave the okay to Clothespin's podcast. Now, ultimately, it would have been Clothespin's to say whether or not he wanted me on there. So
it's funny because the Clothesline podcast was my idea because I had a podcast previously, and I missed doing podcasts. Like, they were a great place to just bullshit and do all kinds of unique things, and I had a podcast. The name was brilliant. Unfortunately, the people that I did the podcast with flaked and kind of fell off the map. So when I was in Clothespin server, I was like, yo, it'd be cool to have a podcast. He was like, that's great. I said, yo, we can call it the Clothesline because clothespins, hanging clothes on a clothesline. That's why in the original server, members were, Clothes and Hanes and Supreme and Gucci and all kinds of stupid stuff, right? Like, those are the member roles. So I came up with all that, and I was like, let's do the Clothesline podcast. So Deadbolt and Kai got their fingers on it, and we're like, include us too. We're mods and admin too. We want to be a part of it. So ultimately, I got the final say as to whether you were on the podcast, and I was cool with it. It was my podcast. I was originally uploading it to my channel. Kai threw a fit, and Deadbolt threw a fit. They wanted to upload it to their channel. So we settled in the middle and created its own channel. And guess what? The podcast failed because because it was my podcast, my idea, I wanted to do it in a free form like we're doing now, just talking off the cuff. They wanted to do what he wanted to do with your podcast. Set topics and talk about them. And the only thing they wanted to talk about was Nintendo. They didn't want to do an actual podcast. They essentially wanted to do a gaming react audio fucking cast shit. Wow. And it was garbage, and it was awful. Like, it was horrible. And I believe Kai did end up uploading something on his channel. I don't remember. They did upload one, but literally during the podcast, and they were recording with OBS, they had us watch Nintendo Live Direct, which, surprise, surprise, got copyright struck immediately. Fucking immediately. So, I mean, and even whenever I came here and I heard that you had a podcast before, I was the one who originally was like, yo, you should totally reboot that. It would be really cool to do a podcast.
Yeah, and I was the one that invited you to be one of the co-hosts.
Exactly. That was the other thing too. When I created the Clotheslines podcast, Kai was like, I'm the host here with my guests. And I'm like, we are not guests. We are co-hosts. We are also hosting this. Also, it's not your podcast.
Yeah, the only guest there was me.
Exactly. You were the only guest. And I tried pointing that out, but, I'm a bad guy for, trying to take credit for what I came up with.
Nah, you're kind of off the top, man. That's only villains do that.
Okay, and so before I read this next part, I do want to say another thing. When I made the JoBros podcast, the first thing I did was I was like, okay, so who am I gonna have as co-host? I was like, okay, I definitely want Grim and Deadbolt. They're my two best friends on here. I want them both on there. Then I was like, okay, so who else? Okay, so I'll re-extend the invite to my friend Butterspray and to Highly in Descent. So I extended the invite to both of them. Only one of them would be able to get it because I thought, okay, well, having both of them as well would be way too many co-hosts. Neither of them, I mean, both of them said that they would, but neither of them really could because of scheduling. And I'm, like I said, I'm okay with that. That being said, he says you had like 6. Excuse me, sorry. He threw a fucking in there. So you fucking had like 6 different hosts in your podcast, and I was the only one who did them consistently. Yeah, Grim did them consistently too until you kicked him out. And the other hosts that he was mentioning, like I said, Butterspray, he was been really busy with military. He did do one Buttery podcast that we never uploaded because it was a shit podcast. Like, we talked about gaming shit the whole time and it sucked. Hylian also showed up to that one. But all the other ones they haven't been able to because they're busy, and I understood that.
Also, I'll point out there's nothing wrong with having so many people on the podcast. Whenever I did my recent one and I recorded in the Clothespin server, we literally had like 10 fucking people in there. Nobody talked over each other for the most part. It was a great experience. It's actually probably the best, most interesting podcast I've ever done. People were talking about things like storms, the end of the world, future wiki, cool food. Flyus, you were there for that.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was a fucking cool ass podcast, and it was like 10 fucking people, and everything was awesome. Unfortunately, it never got to be uploaded because somebody took too long to make the logo for the podcast, and fucking Craigbot deleted the fucking podcast recording because the version I downloaded got corrupted.
Fuck. So this is gonna be my first official podcast.
Yep.
Oh, well, I feel sorry for you, Killer.
Also,
what do you mean you feel sorry for me? You're one of the fucking co-hosts.
For those who don't know what Future Wiki is, by the way, it's the creepiest fucking thing on the internet. It's literally like surreal as fuck. It's a wiki where people talk about events and things that haven't happened yet.
See, what got scary was when they started talking about storms, because we started looking into it, it kind of made sense. And it was fucking scary as fuck.
Yeah, they literally use like predictive, like forward weather forecasts and stuff, and they like predicting like these catastrophes of like natural disasters and stuff. It's creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy. The creepiest thing on the internet, but in a good way. Unlike going to like Tumblr where it's kinda...
Or the dark web and finding like stolen guns and credit cards and child porn.
Yeah, or yeah, something like that, where that's shit, my virus, I'm about to get a massive fucking virus, or I'm gonna get called by the FBI, you know, maybe both. God, imagine it being both. Your fucking computer starts eating itself alive, and then the FBI just busts into your house and just...
A Trojan virus takes over your computer and it becomes a backup server for child porn and you get raided and thrown in prison.
Yeah. Fuck.
The fuck did I just, like... I spaced out for a second there. What the fuck?
Stay away from the dark web, children. Stay away.
Stay away from the dark web.
Do check out Future Wiki, though. I think we should start a video series where we all, like, take a look at, like a couple different Future Wikis every week.
Oh no, man. I think I'm fucked up enough already. The hypercanes already make me wake up in cold sweats.
Hypercanes are fucking the real deal. Like, scientifically, seems totally possible. It hasn't happened yet, but if climate change and global warming are real, well, it's climate change now. Which climate change is a thing. The Earth does go through cycles of change, so there's really no doubting that. But basically, if the ocean heats up to a good enough temperature, it will just endlessly spawn hypercanes, like some crazy video game disaster simulator shit, and the hypercanes will just wipe out all life on Earth.
Eventually.
The
way I thought of it, they're like the kaiju from Pacific Rim. They're gonna spawn, they're gonna be fucked, and then eventually...
Well, the problem, it wouldn't take long, because like each hypercane is like the size of half of the United States.
Well, like, you gotta get hit with that cat.
The winds are like 600 miles an hour, and they're so tall that they could just dump water into the ozone layer and burn it off, which would cause us all to die within probably weeks anyway.
I mean, depending on how quickly the ozone layer goes, it could be fucking days.
True. We would
Or
all
it could
get
be
baked to a
spotty.
crisp.
Or it could be like Spotty, certain countries will just get evaporated in.
That would be kind of hilarious. It's just like, yo, we really don't like Iran, but it's fine because they just got evaporated.
More like glass at that point.
The sand bakes into glass.
Yep, the glass just instantly fucked. I mean, I think it'd be hilarious if North Korea would get hit.
It will
Right.
trigger all of their test nukes. Kim Jong-un nukes his own country.
Comes out a super mutant.
The
World. Super.
I'm gonna quickly hop back over to this. The only other two co-hosts that he could have been referring to were, I was originally gonna have Emily as a co-host, but the problem is, as funny as she fucking was on the first episode of the Buttery podcast, fucking the problem was that she had, at the time, she had like a very shit mic and like had, you know, a roommate that was staying in the exact same room as her, so she would have been really bad background noise. And then she ended up getting, after that, she just was way too fucking busy. She works until like 9 o'clock, and then she gets up early to work out. So fucking schedule's like not going to be very good and compatible. And you know, she told me that, and that's the reason why also she's not a member of staff on my server anymore, because she told me, look, I can't do this anymore because I'm not going to be that active. Can you please bump me down? And I said, sure. And then the other one, the only other one wasn't ever even a host. It was yet again another potential host, and that was Vegeta, who I actually raised the question to Deadbolt after he removed Grim from the podcast. I said, okay, well, I still want to have 3 hosts because, you know, I like the dynamic of having 3 co-hosts, personally. And so I was like, okay, well, why don't we have, I think we should have Vegeta as a co-host. And Deadbolt was saying like, "Oh no, fuck that. We don't need fucking Vegeta. We don't need another co-host. Just me and you. We don't need fucking Vegeta." And it's like throwing like saying all this. So yeah, I already know Vegeta's gonna be watching this. So Vegeta, yeah, that's what he fucking said. I was gonna have you as a co-host, and then he shot that idea down. The little friend that you took sides with.
Good old Felicity. Felicity Deadbolt.
And then he said that the next thing he says on this was I was willing to help out a friend make content no one else has, and basically saying that he's trying to help me with my content and nobody else was helping me, and that it's a slap in the face to him. Which, no, tons of people have been fucking helping me. And ultimately, the thing that pisses me off the most about this, though, is yes, people have been helping me. But you know who made my fucking channel? Me. Ultimately, it was me. Ultimately, it was my ability to make my videos entertaining that caused this. It wasn't you, Deadbolt. It wasn't Grim either, and I don't mean that with any offense, Grim. But it wasn't either of you. It was me. It's my channel.
Oh no, I agree. It's 100% you. That's the thing, is like I can say, yeah, I helped, I did this or whatever, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's you who publish that content. It's you who edit. It's you who decides to take whatever suggestions you do from people. It's you who takes the initiative and ultimately has the final say as to, hey, am I going to do this with my channel or am I not going to do this with my channel?
I think
you are ultimately responsible for your own success or lack thereof.
And I think the best thing about it is he says like he was mad about it because I went behind his back. And then immediately afterwards says that he wasn't mad that I spoke to you or the friend behind his back. Which, well, what the fuck else did I do behind your back, you dumbass? The only thing I did was talk to them after I had said in my sofa that I wasn't going to talk to you guys. The only reason why I talked to you guys was because my girlfriend was like, no, you need to get both sides of the story. I understand that, Deadbolt saying that they're going to treat you like shit and this and that. And I'm not saying, well, she didn't say treat you like shit because she doesn't like cursing, but treat you like crap. And I understand that, I don't want to put you through that, but ultimately I think you should talk to them because you won't know if they really are going to try to do that to you unless you do, and they're good friends of yours. And that fucking hit me because you guys were my good friends of mine. Really good friends of mine. And so I wanted to reconnect that friendship. And so I did. And he was mad about the fact that I did that. He's also said that he's mad that I'm that instead of moving on, I brought you guys back, and I treated it like nothing ever happened. With you, Grim, nothing ever happened. With the other one, with the other person, stuff did happen. He didn't get his position back that he had before, but I'm not gonna hold a grudge over that. I'm not somebody who's gonna fucking hold a grudge forever. I mean, let's also go with another example of something that I did. I'll give two examples. One, the Unib1 anime guy, the Minecraft pig kid, right? After I uploaded the video on him, he made a comment, and I ended up talking to him, and we brought him back onto my server so that he could talk to us, and we had an interview with him so he could explain himself. Admittedly, he took the hand that was feeding him and he bit it by trying to say that that was all just a prank, and he was trying to that he was just trying to troll all of us. Which
the same guy who clout chased and said that he was responsible for all my success on YouTube.
Yeah, like he was trying to claim that he did all of it on purpose, which no way. Like, he's not some fucking mega mind fucking genius, right? He isn't gonna fucking do that.
He's trying to get attention to his channel and try to
his channel's fucking dead now. But my point being is I gave him the chance. And also another good example is the Big A Gaming. I don't have his video published publicly anymore because I don't stand by what I said in that. And ultimately, it was a big situation of relationship situation with him and his at the time girlfriend, and I was getting information from his at the time girlfriend. I'll be fucking honest about that. The information I got was from her.
Although the stuff about him faking terminal illness was legit.
Yeah, like that's if he wants to fucking send me some actual medical documents or something, blow out like your name. I don't give a shit about your name. Just show us good fucking evidence that you did this, and I'll admit it. Next podcast, I'll say no. That was he actually did it, but we never got any evidence of that. But with his girlfriend, she immediately after I had posted that video, she was saying that he wanted to talk to me and all this other stuff, and then eventually she got me into a call with him. And she ended up changing her story and making me look like I was a fucking asshole here. So it's like, okay, bitch. No. At that moment, I was pretty pissed off about the whole situation. I wasn't gonna make the part 2 because of the fact that I was pissed off. And if I was gonna make the part 2, I was gonna talk about who done that.
Speaking of tangents.
Yeah, sorry. But
I think we should just try to wrap it up. We're gonna this is gonna be like a 3-hour thing.
I mean, I'm used to my podcast being long as shit. I like them.
Right, but I figured we could talk more about we could just summarize.
I mean, I'll wrap this up. I'll wrap this up, then we can talk about something that's less fucking gay. Whatever. I got, all of that happened, and the point is, my point of what I was saying is, right, that in that situation, I talked to Gogeta, I wrapped up all of this in a nice little bow, and acted like it fucking didn't happen. I didn't want to talk about it again. I'm talking about it here mainly because, for this example, and also just in case somebody was wondering what the hell happened to it. What happened to the video, I don't stand by it. That's all you need to know. And so, where the fuck else was that message at? I was at right here. He said that, He said that he said he tried to say that they're just trying to find a reason to get mad at him. That you guys were trying to find a reason to get mad at him, and that's the like, oh, and I fell for it, and that's why he got this whole situation has happened. No. I was mad about the fact that you treated my girlfriend like shit. I said at first to them, I'll let her handle it, but after that, I was like, no. She was handling the situation, and you weren't fucking listening. So at that point, no. When she's trying to handle it, and, she's being civil, and you being an asshole, no. It was my decision to remove you. It wasn't theirs. You said you were going to keep them out of all of this from now on. You said that you didn't have any beef with them anymore, yet you keep fucking bringing their names up.
Yep.
He also called me a disease, which is fucking funny.
Whoa, shit. Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, you're a fucking brother to me, you disease.
Basically, fuck him.
There's some other point in this last paragraph that I want to fucking find. So if you have to say something, do that real quick because I'm trying to find out what the fuck.
I'm just saying, look forward to the future. Not everything is going to be drama filled. We're going to do a lot of entertaining things, and hopefully next podcast we can just start with a clean slate and kind of just have fun and talk about random shit, and just it'll be a good time. This podcast is more of like us all giving our perspective on what's happened and kind of updating everybody on the situation so they understand why there's been a paradigm shift as far as like cast members and all of that goes.
Okay, so here it is. It's the whole fucking paragraph, actually. So he says, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna take up separate paths. I'm going to go on my own path, and you're going to take steps back and go back into the path that got you depressed in the first place. So basically, he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go on my path, and you're gonna continue to be a piece of shit. No, I'm going on my own path, and I'm enjoying my life so far. I'm happier now than I was before. The reason why I was so stressed out was because you kept bringing shit up. Like, I kept saying in my fucking server, I'm tired of this shit. Stop bringing this up. I'm trying to move on. Every time I tried to fucking move on from the situation, somebody would bring you or the other guy up. I keep saying the other guy and all that because I don't want to say his name. But you kept bringing their names up. You kept bringing them up, oh, they're going to make a video. He's going to make a video on you. Grim's going to make a video on you. You kept bringing this shit up when I was trying to move on. So ultimately, realistically, if you would have kept your fucking mouth shut, you would have got what you wanted, and I wouldn't have ever talked to Grim. But because you kept running your mouth, the idea of talking to Grim popped into my head. And so, okay, so let's go with the next part here. Don't reply, don't contact me, don't even try to squash this beef. Even
Holy
though,
fuck,
like,
Discord is being retarded. It keeps kicking me. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Oof.
Yep, good old Discord.
Okay, so after that he says,
Jesus fucking Christ.
don't reply, don't contact me, don't even try to squash this beef. Immediately after that, he had sent me this, though. Like, I'd say about 5 minutes or so afterwards, Vegeta was trying to get me to talk to him. It's like, the fuck? He said don't talk to him, but all of a sudden he's okay with talking to him. No. And he says, I don't want to talk to you anymore, and I don't want anything to do with you. I wish you luck on your channel, but every 3 seconds you get demotivated. So I highly doubt that your channel's gonna go anywhere.
I'm gonna try to reset everything.
Okay. For a bit of context here. He says every 3 seconds I get demotivated. It's not that I get demotivated. With my upload schedule, it gets a little fluctuated because it's hard to find some shit that I want to talk about. I'll find videos that, all these other commentary channels are talking about, but I don't want to do the fucking same shit that they're doing. I don't want to talk about the big topics that they're doing and all this other stuff. I want to talk about what interests me. And the problem is, like, I have a hard time finding some of that stuff. Especially when I had been removed from the Clothespin server and Grim, because oftentimes it seemed like just absolute, like, two brain cell people would just revolve around going towards that server. Like, at some point, some absolute retard would join that server, and I would know that I could make a video on that person. But at my server, realistically, those retards weren't coming in here. And I didn't have that I could talk about. I didn't have anything that I really could find solidly on YouTube that I would want to talk about. I had a couple of things I was interested in, and I'd write a script for it, and then I'd realize the script fucking sucks because there's not much that I could talk about the situation. So I just scrap it. It's less about me being demotivated and me being more of a perfectionist in those regards. I didn't want to make something that was going to be subpar. He also then told me to go fuck myself and that he's sick of this shit. Well, Deadbolt, if you're truly sick of this shit, then keep my name out of your fucking mouth. You mentioned me, you mentioned Grim, we're making that fucking video. Go eat a dick. Now, do you got anything to say, Flyest, while Grim's fucking dead and gone?
I mean, not really. I didn't realize this was basically a fuck Deadbolt diss track, but I dig it.
Yeah, apologies for that. Next podcast will be just us fucking hanging out and chilling. I didn't expect it to take this long to talk about the Deadbolt situation.
Well, to be fair, we also were on massive fucking tangents.
Oh, hell yeah. Those tangents were fun, though. Got us off the fucking topic for a bit, let me clear my mind.
Right. I'm just kind of sitting here being quiet because I wasn't around at all for this Deadbolt. Yeah. Hell, I've never even talked to the guy directly. Like text, VC, nothing. Which,
oh yeah, you can say what you're gonna say. I was just thinking.
After hearing some of this shit, I think might be a good thing. Simply because we probably wouldn't have a good time. By we, I mean him. I would be having the time of my fucking life.
Yeah, I think ultimately this is for the best. I set the clean slate for Grim and for Deadbolt. Clean slate. I wanted to be friends with both of them. I wanted things to work, but Deadbolt wouldn't let things work.
Yep. He seems like a perpetual stit.
And I do want to apologize to some of my viewers that I do know I got a few messages from people saying that they didn't want this they were tired of this drama, and understandably, all of us are. We're fucking pissed that we even have to talk about it. But we need to address this because there's a lot of people that are refusing to listen to this side of the story. That are just going, well, Deadbolt treats me nice because he sucks my dick and works my shaft. So I don't care what Grim has to say. No, because it's pissing me off. The fact is, I was originally over on Deadbolt's side. And the fact that I've switched over shows that there was more to this story than what than what Deadbolt's trying to fucking lead on.
But the real question is, can you beat out a good blowjob? Because Deadbolt is apparently a good.
Oof, are you questioning my blowjob skills?
I don't know, Princess Killa, am I?
Oof. You want to see, big boy?
Oh shit, don't threaten me with a good time. Let's fucking go.
And I'd also like to note one other thing. I already know that Glim showed you the design for your character that I made. And I made one for Glim as well. We're going to be using that for the podcast. And the funny thing is, right? The first time I made my character with that design, the new design, I'll put up on. I mean, you guys can clearly see what it looks like. It's going to be on the screen. But the first time I made my character with that new design, not necessarily the season 2 design, but the when I first changed over to using Gacha Life for my character, Deadbolt was making fun of it. He made fun of it, and he said that was stupid and gay, and he was making fun of it and all this other stuff. But then he turns around, he ends up turning around, doing one of the after one of the podcasts, and is demanding that I make him one.
Of course.
And so, I wasn't gonna necessarily be against making him one. I was making one for him up until the point, that he fucking treated my girlfriend like shit. So he would have had one. Him and Grim would have had one. But now, no. It's me, Grim, and you now that have one. They look fucking great.
It does look fucking great. What tickles me pink is the fact that you managed to get everything just perfect. I have no idea how, but it's like the most perfect thing. Between the fucking outfit, the skull mask I dig, the scythe. Fuck. That is actually amazing. Considering I haven't...
I just guessed, I guess I'm good with judging personality.
Nailed it. It's actually kind of weird.
Yeah, I've been stalking you secretly. That's how I'm practicing my blowjob skills.
I see. You gotta analyze the shaft to know how to work the shaft. I got you.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Grim at?
You're like, fuck, this is getting uncomfortable. Grim, please help.
Please stop. I can only joke about my shaft so much. This is getting weird.
And fuck. Fuck. Okay. Deadbolt oftentimes did that type of stuff. He would insult things, and then afterwards he'd try to say that it was joking and all that. But with Grim, he fucking insults things all the time, so it's pretty clear that he's fucking joking, right? Deadbolt, when he does it, he'll be like, "It's fucking gay." He'll get really fucking intense onto it, and it's like, Jesus Christ, okay, my lord, fuck. And
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I never really believed him whenever he said those type of things, and then he would say, "Oh, it's just a joke," because I felt like he fucking meant it, especially with my characters.
Right. See, at least the rule of thumb I have when it comes to poking fun at something is use hyperbole. So if you're gonna shit talk something about your friend that may be slightly, sensitive, hyperbolic, go so possibly over the moon that it's obvious that you're not serious. Not even just be loud, but be I don't know. Killer, yeah, being this podcast would be fun if you weren't such a ginormous fucking dick sucker. Holy shit, it's mind-blowing how much of a cocksucker you are.
I'd be more offended if you were fucking wrong.
You see what I'm talking about, the hyperbole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not just that, but also, at the time that he talked about that with my character, I had just asked. I just asked everyone what their opinion was on it, and he didn't he didn't say oh that's gay and it's fucking stupid and all this other stuff, and then immediately go, JK, it's good. He just ended it with that. So I'm like, well, okay, well, fuck you. At the point that I had changed that, I believe that was when I was still in contact with Grim. Yeah, that was. Grim said it was good. He liked it. And a lot of other people said that they liked it, so I was like, fuck it, I'll keep it then. Fuck his opinion, I'll keep it.
I fucking dig it. I'm questioning when the hell did you make it?
Not that long ago. I made it today. For you? Yours? I made yours today.
Oh.
Pretty good. I made it when I about... See, it's 2:00 here now. I made it
2 a.m. or 2 p.m.
a.m. So I made it about, I think, 4 hours ago when I was eating or something.
Oh shit! You mean when we were doing the random battles?
Yeah, I left at one point when you guys were doing the random battles, and I just I went to go eat.
I figured it was around that time, but I wasn't sure. That makes.
And I made Grim's prior to that. I made that I think 2 days ago or something like that. Which his was pretty easy to make. I just based it off of Akito, and then just kind of asked what he'd want me to change, and then he was like, "Oh, just change the eyes, and then it'll be good."
I'm assuming that's from Air Gear?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then mine, I just fucking went with whatever I thought looked fucking cute, because I thought it'd be fucking... With my character design, I just decided I wanted it to be like a small, cute little girl. So that it'd be fucking, like, whenever I say something, it would be a small, cute little girl calling some people fucking faggots.
You just want it to be a trap.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking trap. So they click on the thing, it's like, oh, okay. So it's a black guy, some other dude, and a chick. All right. Nah, it's 3 dudes. You just, boom, pranked.
Wow, when dick's bigger than yours, haha.
Haha, shit. That moment when...
I mean, I think the real reason why was originally, when I made my first character design, I used a different program. I have no idea what the fuck it's called, because it's like some kind of Japanese name. Like, everything was in fucking Japanese with the settings. So I used that, but the problem with that one was that you could only make like lolly girls with it, and I was like, the fuck. I'm kind of like, I had nothing else really as an option, so I was like, fuck it, I'll do this. I'll use it. And I thought, it would also be pretty funny if it was like a little Japanese anime schoolgirl fucking, calling people fucking faggots and all that. I thought it was a funny idea back then. And yeah, I haven't really elaborated on it much yet, but I have a bit of a lore when it comes to my channel too that I've been trying to build up. And so when I made my new design, I just kind of based it off of the old design, but spruced it up a bit more and gave it a little bit more detail.
Made it legal?
Yeah, made it legal. You can smash me now.
Oh shit. Or you can smash that like button, whichever. Why not?
Why not both?
Yeah, both holes are open, whichever one you want to do at your discretion.
Yeah.
Holy shit, this is getting weirdly sexual, and I don't know why.
Anytime I am involved, it's gonna get sexual.
I swear this isn't my normal thing. I swear. I'm not normally like this. I'm a good noodle.
What?
Shit.
What the fuck is Grim?
I have no idea. So
let me just reset my stuff, and then he fucking just buggers off.
Just decides to go, yeah, fuck it, fuck that podcast. We're just gonna stop. So I don't know. Do you want to talk about the server, the Pokemon server? I mean. Or...
Oh yeah. We can do that. If you don't mind, I'm gonna take a little bit of an intermission here, mainly because I need to get a drink and it's fucking hot in this room. So I'm gonna take a little bit of an intermission, and then when we're both ready, we'll come back and I'll just fucking edit this intermission out.
All
right.
Crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's because Jesus Christ is my nigga.
Alright, I'm back if you're ready for this intermission to be done.
Yep.
Glim's still not here, so I guess we'll go on without him.
All right. Motherfucker.
Okay, so we'll talk about the Pokemon server that we said we were gonna mention. We said we were gonna mention it earlier, so let's talk about that. It's the Soul Legion Pokemon League. It was founded by my girlfriend, Violet. And it's basically just a fun server where we have matches on Pokemon Showdown. And we say basically we say it's a Pokemon League. So there's gym leaders with it. There's Elite Four and the champion, and anyone who joins would be like a normal Pokemon trainer. They'd be a normal Pokemon trainer. So they'd go around and they'd battle the gyms. We don't have the gym order yet. We're currently doing a tournament to set the order in which the gyms will be.
Well, we do have at least the first 4. Actually, never mind. We don't have an order. I forgot. Because our water type is gone.
Yeah, one of our gym leaders got banned. Yay!
Fuck. So, I mean, you could always go into the specifics, where the name for the league come from.
So she said the name for the league was like Soul. She was thinking about ways to turn like originally she was gonna play off of the whole Heartland thing because of Heartland America. But then she couldn't find out a good way to do it, which, come to find out later on, Graham came up with a fucking great way to come up with something like that. The NORAM region. North America, NORAM. That was fucking a great idea. God damn it, Graham. Why do you have to be so smart?
I mean, that's pretty good. I kind of like Soul, though. Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. And so she ended up thinking, okay, well, Heartland, Soul, how about the Soul region? And so that's where that came up with, and it's not spelled SOUL because stylistic Soul's a lot cooler. Plus it's a little bit more of like it has a play on like another language, like it means something with another
Spanish
language.
for sun.
Yeah, it could be the Sun Legion as well. I don't remember. She chose it because there was also another meaning in another language, but also because of that other meaning as well. So it had double meaning.
Yeah. It's nifty.
Yeah. So originally, when she constructed it, the first person that she invited was me. And she, basically told me that, do you mind setting up the server for me? I have no idea how to fucking do this. Minus the fucking part, because, like I said, she doesn't swear. Anytime I say any swear word associated with her, just assume she didn't actually say it. I'm just being an asshole and adding it. But no, she asked me to do it, to make the server, because she didn't know how to do it. I kind of teased her a bit and was like, why don't you do it yourself? And I was like, I'll do it. So I was the first one in charge of setting up things, and I was in charge of inviting people for the Elite Four as well to help set up things as well. The first person I invited was Lilith from my server, a good friend of mine who I know IRL. Who is an expert at Pokemon, I swear to God, like, glowing brain genius, knows absolutely fucking everything. So I was like, okay, well, this will be a good Elite Four member because it'll be a challenge to beat her.
On top of the fact she has Ghost type, which will be tricky in general.
Yeah. We also got to choose our types when we came in here, and of course, me being the fucking faggot I am, I chose Fairy.
Of course. Fuck you for that.
And Lilith chose Ghost because that was her favorite type. And then the next one I brought in was another member from my server, Candy Corn, who, I believed, she likes Pokemon. She'd be a pretty good choice here. And overall was just wanting a good, nice place to have fun. A nice place to have a fun server. I invited her over to the server, and she became an Elite Four member. And then the next
Dark
one I was
type.
going... She chose a Dark type. And the next one I was going to invite was originally going to be Emily. But she told me that, she's not going to be able to be available too often, so she didn't want to take that role and at all. Because, she understood that what I said the Elite Four was going to be the moderator staff for the admins, basically for the for the server, and she knew that she wouldn't be able to be there enough to moderate the server and do all that. So she said, "Nah, just pass up on me. If you need me for anything else, I'll do it, I guess, but just no." So then we were looking for somebody else, and so we invited Glim. I told Glim about it, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, that sounds like the server I was wanting to do a while back that it never really took off." So then, I invited him to the server, and he chose originally Dragon type, and he was an Elite Four member. We had an interesting situation. Two of the Elite Four members had never played competitive Pokemon. Grim and Candy Corn had never played competitive, but they Candy Corn has been playing the mainline Pokemon games, so she knew the basics and all of that stuff. It was really easy to do that. Glim hadn't played in a while. He didn't remember his type matchups or anything like that. So, it was going to be a little bit more work, but, we knew that if he kept battling that he'd learn. And he's definitely improved a lot.
Yep.
And then we started looking for the gym leaders. With the gym leaders, we kind of took our jobs differently. With the Elite Four, Violet wanted basically me to go through her with each of them and say, like, okay, is this person okay for an Elite Four member? Because it was her admin staff, the admin for the
Right.
server. She wanted to feel comfortable with them being in that position, and she wanted to think about those people being in that position before she said, okay, yeah. But the gym leaders, they had no power. They were just better better normies, I guess. So they didn't have like a moderation role. I mean, they do have the ability to give roles, but that's only because we're gonna make it so that when people beat them, they can give them the role for their badge, the representative gym badge. So they can collect the gym badges, and we know that they have the gym badges from the gym leaders. Oof. Then the first Elite Four member that we recruited was Emily, because she was gonna be an Elite Four member. And did I say Elite Four member? I meant gym leader.
You mean gym leader.
The first gym leader, excuse me, that we recruited was Emily, because she was going to be an Elite Four member originally. So we asked her, and she said, does she do it? We asked what type she wanted, and she said she was wanting to be fighting type. Mainly because Grim took dragon type.
It's wild that she picked fighting type, but I mean, considering she beat our dragon type gym leader with it, I can't really talk shit. That is good shit going right there.
Yeah, the last battle that we have done in the tournament, as of the time of this recording, was Emily versus Scans. Scans had a dragon team.
An absolutely horrifying dragon team, at least to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it goes without saying, the dragon team is going to be terrifying.
Fucking Mega Charizard.
He had a dragon team, and Emily had a fighting team. And up until this point, Scans has been just completely dominating the tournament. And then he faces Emily, excuse me. He faces Emily, and Emily just only loses 2 Pokemon in the fight.
Wait, she watched him? Damn.
Yeah, she...
Fuck.
I think she took out half of his team with Lucario, or maybe 2 of his Pokemon with Lucario, and then after that, sent in Machamp, and then Machamp got one of his Pokemon used Will-O-Wisp on Machamp, which was the biggest fucking mistake in human history. Gave Machamp its Guts ability, and then it just stomped.
Why the fuck would you give it Will-O-Wisp? Or give it a status? That's a terrible idea. It's a Machamp. Whoa,
because he thought it was gonna be Machamp with no guard.
Nah, I guess, but I don't know. Anyone who's gonna use a Machamp at that level might as well just toss its guts on.
Yeah.
Give it that big boy damage.
It was the basic assault vest.
Machamp.
Yeah.
Which is it's basically its whole job is just punch holes in things.
And
well, I mean, I guess you could argue that's just fighting type.
I think the last ones they had, I think, was he had Dragonite out, or Dragonite or something like that. No, wait, he had QM Black last, I think. And she had Mega Lopunny out. So really, it was just one high jump kick.
Oh yeah, you're right. She never brought out Como. She was holding that off. And ended up not needing it.
Yeah. Yeah, she has Emily has a Como in her team as well, and just didn't need to use it, which is fucking mind blowing.
That's fucking horrifying. That is fucking horrifying.
And that Como has whatever the heck Como Z move is, the one that bases all of its fucking stats.
Yep, I mean, clinking scales is already a terrifying move in general. And then it has its own Z move that buffs its stats and does massive damage. Fuck that.
But
Fuck
we got
all
off a bit of a tangent there about about that fight. That fight was really, really good. I actually have it linked still, so if I want to, I can put it somewhere if people want to watch it.
Drop
Really
in
good, really good fight. I'll probably put it in the the pinned comment. I'll put it in a pinned comment, so if you guys want to watch it, then the link will be there. So after we got Emily, we got a few more people in. We got like, let's see, I'm trying to remember the order in which we got people in. I can't remember the order. That's asking way too much for me. But we got a couple of more people in here. Eventually, Grim switched his type off of Dragon to Psychic. After Violet changed a bit of the ruling and said, okay, well, we'll allow some legendaries, but we don't want to allow all of them.
Gen 7 OU.
Yeah, it's Gen 7 OU is the format that we use, but even then we limit some of the legendaries, and I've been discussing whether or not to just take off that legendary cap period, because a lot of the legendaries down there on the lower levels, like under Ubers, really aren't going to be too much of a threat comparative to especially some of the ones that we already have allowed, like we have the Tapu allowed.
Yeah.
Which, I understood her reasoning on that, because she said that the Tapu should be allowed because really the trains have become a really big part of the meta. So allowing them in the to be used makes sense, because Misty Train and Electric Train, Psychic Train, they become a really big part of the meta.
Right.
I agreed with it. I wasn't gonna complain. More fairies for me to add to my team.
Shit, you're right.
But she okayed mythicals and the Tapus and stuff like that. I'm trying to tell her to just let the floodgates open so we can have, like, I don't know. I think Entei and Raikou would be okay. Latios.
The Lotties, yeah, those are OU.
Yeah, I mean, really, they should be fine to be used. The only thing that terrifies me, though, about that is that if we okay the Lotties, then, hey, look, there goes Grim getting one of them on his team.
Yeah, I was gonna say, honestly, that'd probably be better than his Mega Alakazam, because that shit gets washed. No problem.
Yeah, if you can outspeed that thing, it's fucking dead.
Yeah, that thing gets washed easy. You hit it with a super effective, and thing drops like a goddamn bad habit.
Yeah, Mimikyu just fucking one-shots that thing.
Fucking, my Volcarona one-shots it. Caesar does too. Again, sure, they're stab bug types, but come on, man, it's a Mega.
Yeah, I mean, it hits pretty damn hard, though, so I will give him that. My voice just fucking cracked so bad. So...
For you, I didn't hear
it. A big point of, that we got to eventually was we made a tournament for the, gym leader. After we got all 8 of our gym leaders, we were like, okay, we can do a tournament to determine their placement. Our rules were pretty simple for the tournament. Like, we didn't want you changing up the teams or anything like that. We didn't want this, doing that. We didn't want certain things, right? So we go into the tournament. The first match of the tournament was our water type gym leader, Flask versus Kalal. And Flask was talking mad game, saying that she's gonna win or whatever. Gonna fucking stomp or whatever. Talking pretty mad game, and then gets fucking dominated by Kalal. He just walls her. Then she bitches and complains about that. Rubs us off the wrong way. Then, we move on to the next match. I don't have it up here, who all fought who. But we ended up going through each match. If I could find the pinned comment.
I know I fought Scans in the early round, and that was a terrible idea.
Yeah. The next one was you versus Scans, and Scans dominated, but
my team was shit at the time, and also it was Bugties versus Dragon.
yeah, and he had 2 Fire Dragons on the team, so yeah.
Yeah, Mega Charizard X is the bane of my existence. There's nothing I can do against that.
I mean, you have Golisopod now, so you might stand a bit more of a chance here.
Yeah, but the rest of his team's still gonna be a pain in the.
Then the next match was I don't think I actually said who. The next one was Riku. He's a fire type gym leader, and grass type gym leader Joseph.
Wow.
That was a wash. Poor Joseph. I feel bad for him.
Fair.
Poor
What?
bastard.
Wow, just give him no chance.
This was randomized, by the way. If anyone wants to know, I randomized completely the list for the tournament. So whoever was put against whoever RNG, it was all RNG. The next one after that was
terrible RNG.
The next one after that was Emily versus L. He's a poison type gym leader, and Emily ended up. It was a close match, but Emily ended up winning. Mostly because of the combo.
Sounds alright.
So then we had a losers bracket set. We had a winners bracket set. A losers bracket was Flask versus Flyest, and Flyest ended up winning that one. Flask, continued to throw shade.
She was throwing mad shade. To be fair, she did get most of her, like half of her team swept because of Mega Beedrill. I don't know how the fuck that worked, but GG.
But eventually we just got sick and tired of Flask acting like that. Grim, I don't know what fucking sparked it, but Grim ended up talking to her and was basically saying like, yeah, you need to stop doing that type of shit.
That was also me.
Yeah, you were too. But I was mainly saying for him because he was one of the.
No, I mean what started. That was me.
Oh.
We were talking about Pokemon or something, or Gen 2. We were talking about Gen 2, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, Swampert, best starter in all gens." I'm like, "Yeah, no, Swampert's fucking trash. Fuck out of here." And she was like, Swampert will sweep your whole team. Then we played again. I one-shotted her Swampert, no problem. And then it started going from there. And eventually, I just started,
I thought I'd also. I just remembered. I thought I'd also mention that that Flash person ended up bringing up when we were talking about Riku versus Joseph, the fire type gym leader versus the grass type gym leader. We were saying how unfair of a fucking battle that was, and that it was going to be a complete wash. And then Flash was like, no, because Joseph could just use Kartana and just fucking sweep. And we're like, what? Kartana, the grass steel is gonna sweep the fire type. And so she was saying that like, oh well, it's so fast and so powerful that like nothing would be able to freaking touch it.
Yeah, Sacred Sword.
I would say she said that Sacred Sword was gonna completely one-shot everything. Then look, the battle happens. Joseph ends up sending out Kartana, and it doesn't one-shot Infernape.
Yeah.
And then it gets one shot by what is it, a fire punch or something from Infernape? I don't remember what it was. Whatever the move was, it one shot fucking Kartana. And I was like, oh, what's that? I was right, bitch.
Shit. So you gotta add the me versus Flask one in the pinned comment, because you could feel how smug she was.
Yeah, I'll add it. It's fine.
You could feel how smug she was, and then it starts tapering out.
Yep. And I think the biggest, the thing that pissed me off about that, though, was that, she said that, she wasn't really trying. She was wanting to lose, and then she started, after we called her bluff on that, she started saying that, she started trying to use Etika's death as, an excuse. And I'm like,
right.
that pissed me off. You know, I'm gonna say right now, I'm not a huge fan. I was never a huge fan of Etika. I enjoyed watching his Smash reactions, even though they were over the top and fake. I don't care. They were fucking entertaining nonetheless. But you know, the situation with Etika fucking hits me hard. I have depression, so when seeing him, like this person dealing with all this shit and then killing themselves, it's fucking awful. It hits me hard, and so.
And then, just to use it as an excuse for taking a fat L. Yeah.
Anyway, we ended up trying to explain to her why what she was doing and saying like, let's stop fucking doing this. She kept denying that she was doing anything wrong. And then Violet got on, saw what was going on, and just basically was like, enough of this, and then just banned Flask and added me and Glim and said like, we need to handle this better next time. And she talked to us privately about things, and she said basically, you know, Glim didn't know how she wanted to handle things in the server, and he was saying like he was trying to explain to her what was going on and like why he was trying to basically explain things. Be civil. And Violet said, you know, I want you to do that, but if you're trying to explain things and they try to deny it, just ban them. They aren't worth it. If they, you know, if you try to explain things to them and they're accepting of it and, you know, they receive it, then you can determine what to do from there. But if they aren't going to listen, ban them. You know, so just in case any of you guys thought, you know, you could act like a deadbolt in the server, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. But we ended up having to ban that Flask. So we have an open spot, but never mind, we don't have an open spot because I just remembered that you invited your friend, and your friend took Ice type. I'm going to have to set them there after the podcast, but...
Yeah, I figured one of you guys will handle that shit later. I just got the man. I don't think they use Showdown either, so you might have to run them down on that too.
Alright, yeah, I mean, like he said there, his friend might not know about Showdown yet, but our community is not meant to be like a super highly competitive, although we do like the idea of competitive. We aren't going to be super competitive and all this other shit. The main goal for us is fun. So if you don't, whether you're somebody who's familiar with Pokemon Showdown and all this stuff, or you're just a casual Pokemon fan who wants to, you know, have some fun battles with people, come by.
Right. I mean, I picked fucking bug. I'm the bug type gym leader, for fuck's sake. Where being serious is out the fucking window. I just wanted to use Caesar, and Steel type was taken, so here I am, making it work and actually having fun while doing it. Surprisingly.
Yeah. So, you know, we're in the middle of the gym leader tournament. I'll put a link in the description or in the pinned comment because I don't put the links in my description anymore. YouTube kind of fucks you if you do that now, I heard. So I'm gonna put it in the pinned comment. I'm gonna put a link to it in the pinned comment. Do realize that, you know, we're not gonna be ready to accept gym challenges yet because we're still doing the gym tournament. And as soon as we have that done, we will open up the gates for everyone to challenge the gym leaders. Do realize though that the gym leaders are busy people, right? They have lives too. So if you want to challenge a gym leader and they just aren't available at that time, that is just please understand that. For example, Emily works from like 12 to 9 Eastern Standard Time. So in the morning, she'll be able to do some battles, and in the afternoon she can, and then on weekends when she doesn't work, she should be able to.
Actually, I was gonna say, is there a point in putting the link to the server in the description if we're not, the comment, if we're not ready to rock and roll yet?
Yeah, I mean, just for them to get used to the place and all of that.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, it's. And plus, they could all battle amongst each other, like for some fun.
All right, I guess that'd work. So
the main challenge of the Pokemon League won't be set up yet, and if anyone's curious about what happens with different things, we have it so that if you beat the champion, you don't become the champion. It's gonna be like the games with, you know, they basically say you're the champion, but fuck you. We're gonna keep it like that, but you do get extra benefits. You become a Hall of Famer. You're allowed to do extra challenges when you're the Hall of Famer. You can do Ubu battles with people. You can challenge gym leaders to battles where they don't have to use their type-specific teams. And you can challenge gym leaders for their position as well. When I say you can challenge them for their position, do realize there's a couple of things that you need to note, such as one, if you beat them, you don't have to become whatever type they are. So, like, let's say somebody beats, I don't know, Emily. You don't have to become the fighting type. You can become whatever type you want as long as it's not already taken. We're gonna try to handle out and figure out the situation on what, on how we're gonna handle things fully, but we're gonna have a way so that you can end up selecting later on from any of the ones that are available or any of them at all. We're gonna have a way of rotating around so people can get the types that they want.
I was also thinking, we should probably have the list of the gyms put in like the rules or something so people don't go out of order.
Yeah. Well, the gyms aren't in order yet, but when they are, we will say the order for the gyms. We also have different separate rooms. I want to note here, we don't have fully everything, all the rooms that we want yet, but we have some rooms here for like the Elite Four. We have our own rooms for things that we're interested in, or different hobbies for us that you can utilize. Candy Corn has a Candy Corn's art house, so you can post like artwork that you've made and stuff like that. I have a Princess Killer's meme den. Just post dank memes there. That's what I'm interested in. I don't give a fuck about anything else. But we're gonna have rooms there for different interesting things. I've been thinking about what else to add. I was thinking maybe adding for Lilith like a place for like Pokemon like tips and stuff like that, just in case you need help or tips on how to construct your team. But we're mainly wanting to make this a big caring community and a fun community at that. I do also want to note, because this is what Deadbolt was making a big stink about before, the Elite Four is not going to be able to be challenged for their position, mainly because, like I said before, they are they're the admins of the server. That's what their job is. And then Violet, she's appointed the champion because, you know, she's the owner, we feel. We feel like she probably should have that spot. I mean, look at most servers where somebody who is the owner of the server have like a fucking special role for themselves, like mine or Clothespins or basically fucking anyone. We think she should have that position. But if you do beat her, you get the Hall of Famer role.
I was thinking, wouldn't it make more sense to make her a professor then?
To make her what?
Make Violet professor as opposed to champion.
We could make her a professor. But the reason why we had her champion was because of after you beat the Elite Four, you'd fight her.
Final, but yeah.
And
I was just thinking, since it's a position that's never going to be given up, professor. Yeah. That way, no one questions it. You can still have them as a Hall of Famer, but.
Well, I mean, I think our logic on her being champion was, I mean, in the Pokemon games, you know, like when you go back to challenge to rematch the Elite Four and the champion is still there, and the title is still like, I don't know, Champion Lance or whatever, even though you've already fucking beat them and you should be champion.
Actually, that's the one thing I liked about in Gen 7 and Ultra Sun.
Yeah.
Is that when you ran through, you were still champion. You just had to defend your title.
Yeah.
So
I like that, but I like that, but I think it's gonna be kind of hard with the server on doing that because.
No, I'm not saying that's how we should implement it here. I'm just saying I like that. I hate how you would become champion, but the game would just act like it never happened.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I like that too, because like whenever you go through the Elite Four, you'd be challenged by somebody, and you wouldn't know who the challenger would be until like it happens. I fucking loved it.
Yeah. Sometimes it'd be Gladian, How, some random dragon type asshole.
Yeah, that fucking random dragon type asshole didn't get fucking like any context to him. He's just like, hey, I'm here, until like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon came around, and he had like one special thing he did. He did like that fake fucking gym or whatever in that one city.
Oh, is that what that was? I think I might have skipped him by accident.
Yeah, like it's some fake gym that set up like the Vermilion City gym. Which, by the way, if you're gonna copy a gym, why would you copy that one? That one fucking sucks.
Like I said, I must have skipped him.
Yeah.
Or I pissed through his gym so quickly, it didn't matter. I had Primarina. I wouldn't worry about any dragon type.
Yeah. When I played through, I had Incineroar. I picked Incineroar because I like Litten a lot more. I like Primarina more than I like Incineroar, but goddamn Litten is lit.
Litten is lit. I'm mad. You know what? When they were announced, I was hoping it would be like a Fire Luxray because there are no bipedal fire type starters. Or sorry, quadrupedal. What sucked is I got the typing, I got the Fire Dark, just didn't get the design. Like I wanted like Fire Luxray, not fucking Fire Tony the Tiger.
I mean, to be fair, Smash Bros has made me appreciate Fire Tony the Tiger a lot more.
I mean, I guess that's understandable. Actually, using Primarina made me appreciate Primarina more, even though I reset like 8 times to make sure it was a female because you got me fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, same with me. Primarina, honestly, is my favorite out of them, design-wise, and, like, if it wasn't for Poplio looking fucking retarded, I probably would have went with, Primarina my first time around.
See, I kind of find Poplio's derpy-ass design adorable. I mean, don't get me wrong, Rowlet is still, like, the fucking most adorable thing ever. I wish I would totally get a Rowlet plushie if I could. But we're talking, like, in-game, yeah, nah, Poplio looks derpy and just, you know, ugly duckling effect. Like, think about it. And it starts out all retarded looking, and then it turns into a siren.
Yeah.
I can never look up Primarina on Google anymore, though, just to check its stats or move pool. Thanks, Internet.
Oh.
Thanks,
God.
Internet. Yeah.
Oh.
Why? Come on, man. Stop trying to fuck my favorite Pokemon. I don't even like Gardevoir anymore.
I mean, I still
used to like. I bet you fucking do.
At least it's not as weird as wanting to fuck a fish.
But it's not a fish. I don't know about that one. There's probably people out here beating it to my loading.
I mean, what the fuck would Primarina look like? It's got a fish tail bottom.
It's a merton. It's not a fish. It's a seal.
Seal? It makes it better. It's at least a mammal.
Yeah, it's a seal mermaid thing. You're still a fucking degenerate, but you know. At least I can like, kind of understand. And then you have people like making it weird with Gardevoir. I don't blame anyone for Lopunny. Game Freak knew what they were doing. And then they did it with Mega Lopunny and basically gave it fucking leggings. Like Game Freak, come on. They're gonna lose the Pokemon anyway. Stop making it easier for them. Fuck.
God damn it. The thing that makes me mad is that a lot of my favorite Pokemon fucking, like, the internet ruins. Like, I like Gardevoir, I like Mawile, I like Lopunny. Like, I like these Pokemon, but it's like, god damn it, you fucking ruin it, internet.
I used to like Gardevoir, and then I stopped, and then I kind of liked it again when she got the Fairy type, but then they made it worse. And then I stopped, and now here we are. I just can't like things with the Fairy type is what I'm discovering. They ruined Primarina and they ruined Gardevoir. I can't wait for the next one. Oh, no, and they ruined Sylveon. Yep, I just can't like Fairy types. That's what I'm finding out.
I was about to say, like, oh, come on. What about, like, Ribombee? I like Ribombee. And then I was thinking, oh, well, they probably fucking already ruined that. I don't even fucking know.
The thing is, I don't really like Ribombee. It's alright.
I like Ribombee. It's cute.
I mean, I could add a Ribombee to my team, but definitely not going to do that.
I was thinking about putting one in my team, but then Deadbolt was like, that's fucking shit. And now I'm like, oh, okay. And now I'm thinking about it again, and I'm like, I like it, though. I like Ribombee.
Hey, fucking do it. I switched out Mega Caesar for Mega Beedrill just because I like Beedrill.
Fair point. But also with my team, like I can't find a good one to switch out because like right now my team's pretty damn solid.
Yeah, that's how I feel now. Since I got rid of Bikeable and put in Volcarona.
Like my weakest link is a Lowland Ninetale. And even then, a Lowland Ninetales plays the very imperative role of putting up a Aurora Veil.
Oh, yeah. On top of the fact it's a good... actually, never mind. I forgot. Your entire team is a good fucking dragon type.
Yeah, I got...
I was going to say, oh, yeah, it's a good dragon type check. Oh, never mind. It's literally your team. It's literally your entire team.
Like,
I mean, I don't have...
The only reason why I have Alolan Ninetales is because of Aurora Veil. If it wasn't for that one move, I wouldn't have Alolan Ninetales in my team.
I mean, if Volcarona didn't have Quiver Dance, I definitely wouldn't have it in my team, but that shit's fucking amazing.
Volcarona's a pretty damn good has pretty damn good stats.
Oh yeah, it's fucking awesome. And Gallistopod's amazing too, because the water type. I have 2 Pokemon on my team that won't die from a fucking fire attack. Is mainly what I wanted. And one of them won't die from rock type, so that's good too.
What is the other ones I'm thinking of? Another good one that another good bug type I like is fuck, I can't remember it. Oh, I like Lockwanid, but
How about
Aquanid or whatever the hell it's called. I can't remember.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't know how I feel about a Rockwanid.
The problem with me is I say that and I fucking like okay. It's a little moment of Killer sounding like a faggot here. I used to play Viva Pinata growing up.
Oh, I bet you fucking did.
And like there was a pinata in that that's like called like Araquanid or Aracanid or something. It's a fucking spider one, right? And I don't like I get that one confused with Araquanid so fucking often that I'm like my brain's like, no, they're the same fucking thing. Just deal with it.
Oh god, I don't know if I want to be on this podcast anymore. You fucking played Viva Pinata? Are you serious?
Well, I mean, okay, I already sucked you dick, so you have to stay.
Ah, shit. You right? Ah, fuck. It's weird how much me and Grim actually learned how to build our team just from playing random battles. That was actually wild.
Yeah.
Like,
But can I also mention that I feel bad? I feel bad beating Grim with that what Pokemon was that? Vivillon. I feel bad beating him with Vivillon.
Oh, Pavilion, right.
I didn't know
that was dirty. Yeah.
I didn't know that would happen. Like, I thought, okay, my original thought was Vivillon out, I'll let it die, and then I'll do it, like, a safe switch into another Pokemon that was better for that situation. But it somehow managed to kill. And I'm like, the fuck?
You know what the sad thing was? If you gave me any bug type with Quiver Dance and put me up against any Pokemon that Grim had, it started just sweeping, and I don't know why. I swept his team with a Venomoth, man. In what reality is that a thing? I mean, again, it died, but okay. I swept half his team. But still, it's fucking insane.
Yeah, Quiver Dance is a really nice move to have. What was the other, what is it? I think, Lilligant, the grass-type Pokemon, can learn Quiver Dance as well.
Oh, Lilligant, right. Oh, yeah, Livani is a bug type. I don't know. I think my team's pretty fucking solid. I'm not getting rid of Caesar. He's the entire reason why I made the fucking team and the type in the first place. I'm never getting rid of Mega Beedrill because I have a shiny on my Switch right now and you got me fucked up. I think I'm not repping my boy. On top of the fact, he's the definition of a glass cannon.
I'm kind of disappointed that the grass type gym leader didn't decide to rep Salina.
Same. Honestly, if I would have had a Serena on my team if the grass wasn't already taken. I would have liked to go Steel too, but no, that was taken. So here we are.
Honestly, like, if I didn't go with Fairy, I would have went with normal type.
I mean, normal type is still available.
No, I mean, I want my Fairy type's still fucking good. I'm gonna stay with Fairy until like we end up, because we're planning on eventually making it so the Elite Four will switch up teams. Just because like if enough people beat us, after a while it would probably be kind of boring if we had the same type or whatever. People would know our tricks, so we're gonna switch out eventually, and also allow that'll allow some gym leaders, if they want our type, then they can take our types.
Right. I don't know. I do kind of want Dark type. That'd be dope.
But then again, I haven't gotten that approved yet from Violet, so it's just a work in progress right now.
I mean, when it comes to the Elite Four, it's a straight run. They can't switch their teams up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just like in the regular game, just because you know their team comp doesn't mean you do anything about it.
Yeah. That's one thing that really made me mad about what Deadbolt said, too. He was saying that, okay, so basically he was trying to say that if you know the strongest Elite Four member, if you know their type, then you just have to build your team for their type, and you don't have to worry about the other types. But it's like, no, that makes no fucking sense. Like, okay, Lilith is the strongest of us, 100%, undeniable. But the problem is, we all compensate with our typings to be able to cover each other's weaknesses.
Yeah, someone comes in there just completely specking for a ghost type team. They're gonna get fucked by fairies, or by fairies, or by Grim actually, because he's psychic.
Yeah.
So they come in packing ghost types, they get fucked by Grim. They come in with dark types, they get fucked by you.
Well, if they come in with ghost types, they're gonna get fucked by Candy Corn's team.
And Grim. No.
No, because psychic. Ghost is super effective against psychic.
Yeah, fucking Gengar line keeps fucking that up.
But the what was I gonna say? Oh shit. Yeah, but we think really with this team composition, it's good, and that Deadbolt 100% was just underplaying our skill level. He was trying to basically say that all of us are shit, and that really we should focus on only the strongest one. But the problem is he's underestimating our power. He's also underestimating that if you focus only on, let's say, like I said, Lilith is the strongest of us. If you want to focus only on Lilith, you're gonna have a bad time when it comes down to fighting Violet, because her team's well-rounded.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main thing. You focus on taking down one of the Elite Four, you're still going to be fucked by either the rest, or if you do make it through, by Violet, who has a perfectly balanced team. So how exactly are we going to make sure people stay honest and don't switch their moves up?
We're going to have them submit their... because you have to verify. Okay, so in the information area, we have team registry. So you'd have to register your team before each match. Right. And so before the Elite Four, when you go to the team registry, you have to specify that you're about to face the Elite Four, and this is your team. So you have to use that team, and if we see anything different on the team, then you're disqualified.
We're gonna ban repeat offenders?
Probably will ban repeat offenders, but if somebody switches up the first time or something like that, and they just, they made a mistake and they forgot or something, then whatever.
Right.
You just have to start back from the beginning.
Right. That makes sense. So, how's the progress on the badges coming?
Well, what do you mean?
I assume it's just going to be like a roll that's the same color as our gym roll.
Yeah, we don't have the colors set up yet. That will be pretty easy though to do since we already have the colors all set for the gym rolls. But we have the gym badges made, all of them except for the ice type one who just joined.
Well, now we just got to worry about, does everyone have a name though is the next question.
Yeah, everyone has a name for their badge.
Oh, okay.
The what was I gonna say? There's another thing that I was gonna talk about that I forgot. Fuck. Oh shit. Oh well. I forgot what I was gonna say. I do want to note that we also have separate rules for the league rules, basically how you have to have your teams formatted, and the different challenging things for the rules for the league. We only have 3 rules right now. There will be a 4th one when it comes down to the gyms. When we have the gym order set, the 4th one will be, you have to challenge the gym leaders in order, and we'd have the order right there. But we also have the server rules, which is more traditional, like what you're allowed to do and not allowed to do on the server.
Right. All right. Well, I'm ready for my. I'm ready to maintain my position as the before halfway point.
I have no idea what you just said. I spaced out for a second.
Okay, so since I already got knocked out of the tournament, I'm the 3rd gym, halfway being 4th. My entire goal through the tournament was to not be the 1st gym, because that's fucking embarrassing.
Well, wait, have you already fought the hold on. Have you already fought?
I lost the L. I got knocked out. That was it.
Yeah, but I mean, for round 2, you lost to L and you were knocked out of the tournament. But have you fought the other person that got knocked out during that round?
Who was the other person?
Let me double check here. I don't have.
I lost to Riku, and then I fought L.
Okay, let me double check then. I think you did. I think that is what I'm thinking of then. Hold on.
Yeah, lost to Riku, and then I lost to L because fucking Drill Run missed on his Venusaur at the last second. It's fucking trash.
Okay. Yeah, you did lose to L there. Actually, did you fight Riku?
Yeah, I fought Riku first. It was just a really short battle. I mean, it was...
Oh, okay, no, okay.
It was fire type against bug types. I shouldn't have to explain how badly that went.
No, okay, so I'm looking at the tournament thing right here. Now, you lost to Riku the first match. After you lost to Riku, you went down to the losers bracket, and you fought Flask. You beat Flask, and then you went over to, and then you had to fight Riku again. And I don't have you as fighting Riku. That you fought Riku there.
Oh, I mean, you can confirm it with Grim if you want to.
Was he there?
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. I'll do this afterwards.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So this is just turning into the Seoul region logistics.
Yeah.
So you want to just cut it? Want to just cut it now, since it doesn't seem like Grim's coming back? We've been going on for about an hour.
Yeah, I think Grim just. I think he caught cancer from the podcast, and he's not gonna be coming back.
Just decided to dip out. I mean, he did say Deadpool. Maybe he got AIDS.
Yeah. So this was the first episode of the season 2 for the JoBros podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed the new member, Flyest.
Yep. All right. Hopefully I'll be around for the next one.
Yep. And if you have, I'll make sure to leave links to anything that they want me to plug in the pinned comment below as well. Of course, link to Grim's channel and my server and anything that Flyest would want me to plug for him.
Just plug my YouTube channel. If I can get as many subscribers as possible before I start uploading, that'd be hilarious.
Alright, I'll plug Flyest's YouTube channel down there as well. Let me just get this ready here. I'm just happy that I managed to go a whole podcast without saying.